of it, essentially.
So here's what we missed. We did insight checks. People are feeling feelings. And Wedge asked for ale, and they're figuring that out right now, and that's what you missed.
Okay. So yes, you get these things. You make. It's pretty low quality, but it's quickly made. How are you going to deliver it? Because Krieger's normally the one who handles that.
What?
How are you going to get it out of the Tantalium?
The janitor.
You're gonna go up to Heinlein and say that they need this?
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. Heinlein goes, alright. Where... Okay, yeah. I just sent it. And you look down and you see that the cask that you had brewed it in is now empty, but he didn't send the cask, he just sent the liquid somewhere.
Oh god.
Meanwhile, in the dining room, nothing has happened. There's no change.
How is everybody?
We're all standing right next to Arya, so Arya, did they send it?
I just got back. What happened? I didn't have my headphones. I was getting sick.
Okay.
Oh, dude.
They sent the beer, the ale. Yeah.
Arya, you would know that they were working on it, but it's literally been like a second or two over here, so...
So why is Locrian asking me already?
Because Locrian. He's
It'll
panicking.
take.
I'm
Tell them it's being brewed.
Okay. Wait. Brewed? We don't. By the time it's done brewing, it'll be the end of the day.
Locrian, you know about the time traveling stuff. We already dealt with this.
Takes a moment.
I mean, out of character, you know
I know.
that. Yeah.
Would
He's already
Logan
clear.
understand this?
Wedge would know this. You would know that he would be able to figure it out.
Well, he already
that,
did it.
Yeah, it's like we don't need to tell the others how we're doing it so quickly.
Would I understand it?
Careful with those kind of rolls. You'll roll a natural 1 for the most common sense of things.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the table, how is everybody? I hope everything's going swell. Falling into a well?
So,
Sweetie, I believe the country is in the middle of a war right now. Things aren't probably going that swell.
yeah. Heinlein tells you that he sent the ale.
You didn't see the glass?
Here's
Huh.
1d, let's 1d20 worth of gold pieces for you for that.
Oh no, you don't have the ale yet, Wedge.
Pieces.
You don't have the ale yet. Heinlein says it's been sent, but none of you guys see anything appear in the room.
So that means it's probably in the kitchen.
It's in the kitchen?
A servant
Run to the
rushes to the kitchen to check, comes back
I
out,
run to
and he goes, "It's not in the kitchen."
Where did you send it?
Oh, I just sent it. And then another servant comes out and whispers something in Alondra's ear. I'm gonna type to you what they say, Alondra.
Oh boy.
Locrian's sweating. Man, I just realized I just came home from working at a restaurant as a waiter to come here and roleplay as a waiter.
Oh my god.
You are the NPC.
Alondra The servant, you probably do something like look at the servant as if, are you serious? And the servant like nods at you and then like says, what do we do about it?
What is going on? Wide eyes.
Well, that was
Another servant comes up and whispers something else at Alondra's ear.
I like that the problem that presents up and Alondra goes, I don't have a spell for this.
Oh, that was me saying that.
Grease.
Oh, bars don't get grease.
Really?
No, not in this.
No, we don't get grease.
Is somebody in front of me? No.
Watch Captain Grimes pushes back. Oh wait, no, sorry. Who could easily leave from their thing? Right, the easy leave chair would be Knight Commander Gran. No, he doesn't feel comfortable enough to leave, which means it would be Duke Clay. Duke Clay pushes back his chair and begins heading towards the doors that lead to the restrooms.
Alright.
Hold on. Arya quickly whispers to... Alondra quickly whispers to Arya.
You don't need to type this, you can whisper it out loud.
It's that the entire house is plumbing. All the water's been replaced by ale.
The fuck? Arya says she has an accent when she says that.
That's easy. Just turn on the tap. You have ale on tap.
There's another issue you all realize in simultaneously. The toilets are now filled with ale.
Yeah.
It's a vampire's household.
And Duke Clay is heading towards the washroom where he will discover that the ale that's about to be served is toilet hooch.
Dylan! Okay, well, are you gonna have the servants, like, stop him or something? Or say the toilet's out of order?
Are you having the servants start telling people that the washroom's out of order?
Well, am I aware of the
no.
situation? Because I'm at the table.
No, you are not, Bo.
We are not having. I don't even know. But we're... Somebody
Just,
told me. Why has somebody told me anything?
just, you guys are right there. Just stop it.
Yeah, I'm sure Lockreen overheard.
Yeah, Locrine, you definitely overheard.
Get some. See if there's some coming from the sink tap, and if there is, then bring that to him.
How much ale did he send?
The whole house
Oh,
has their water replaced with ale. That's a lot.
That's
There's a lot.
impressive, Tequila. That's certainly impressive.
That wasn't my idea.
There's enough. But focus on the emergent situation right now, you guys.
Arya, can you ask them to send water in a little bit? I'm gonna run to the kitchen and start pouring like tubs and tubs of ale.
So Locrian is draining the water.
You know what? Alondra's gonna stop Duke Clay because no one else is.
I'm still processing this. I'm sick in real life and I have no idea what's going on.
All the water in the house has been replaced with ale. Duke Clay is going to the restroom. We need to stop him from recognizing that the ale that's about to be served at the table is currently in the houses.
Yeah.
Oh, does he? Well, out of everyone here who it would matter to, he might be the only one that doesn't give a shit.
No, we still want people to not realize there's a problem. Because we don't need any more fits happening. So, Ilonga is going to intercept him.
Action.
Arya is supposed to ask the Tantalium to replace the ale with water momentarily. And Locrian is currently getting as much ale out of the taps as he can.
Yeah. I am gonna grab 3 servants. I'm gonna ask for a bunch of tubs, just like big tubs, and we're gonna start dumping as much ale in them, and then some point somebody grab a glass, put some ale in it, and take it to the wedge.
To the wedge?
Yes, sir. The servant grabs a mug that's clearly meant for Wedge and begins running towards the washroom.
There's not sinks in the kitchen?
Yeah, Dylan, there's sinks in the kitchen.
Oh, no, there is. Yeah, there is. So, yeah, he goes to the kitchen.
Alright, and I go to the kitchen as well.
Cool.
I'm going to start draining ale.
So, essentially, you're trying to drain as much ale so this way the water in the toilets go back to normal.
Yeah.
Duke.
Yeah, and then Alondra's gonna hold Duke Clay off so that Arya has time to contact the Tantalium and have them switch the ale back with water.
Okay. I'm going to just move you guys to the places where you all should be to do this on the map. And we are going to go to the table with Wedge and conversation at it as the first course is served, the appetizers.
And I'm guessing his mug of ale.
No,
Yeah.
not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
So, Wedge and Bo, each of you have 2 options every time I call you on you.
Okay.
You guys can choose to strike up a conversation with someone. They have to be within the spaces that I'm about to draw based on your current seating, okay?
Yeah.
Is it possible that we can get rid of the existing numbers? Because I don't think we need them anymore now that people are sitting in seats.
It's just easier.
It would take a long time for him to click each one and delete each one.
Yeah, it would be very difficult.
Oh yeah, he would have to move the tokens, wouldn't it? Shit.
I would, yes. It's easier to do it like
Never
this.
mind then. Never
Do you
mind
see
then.
that circle that I've drawn? That is your guys' essential sphere of influence.
I see the shape, yes.
You can do... Yeah, I tried to draw Texas. You guys can
That's
do...
closer to Maine.
You guys can interact with anyone in this sphere. Anyone beyond it is too far away unless you have servants or unless the party does something to help you interact with them.
Thaumaturgy.
Okay?
What if
You-
I use thaumaturgy?
Well, that would be definitely a social faux pas.
I know, I'm just saying that.
So, there are several actions each of you guys can take. Strike up a conversation with someone in that sphere, listen in on a conversation within that sphere, or really anything else that you can think of, such as inciting people in the sphere. Wedge, you want to strike up a conversation? With who?
Frick.
Who? Oh, the king.
Alright. You're striking up with King Elric. What are you saying?
Hey, Alec, how are you? Thanks for inviting me to this party.
Jesus Christ.
Sweetie, I believe someone else.
Right from the get-go.
Alright. Roll me a persuasion.
What?
I love how I'm just sitting next to you, piping up in your ear, fixing all of the, with all the little corrections. It's like you are there, and I have a little red pen in hand, and I'm just waiting.
Yeah. He nat 20's his charisma save against this, but here's the thing. He wanted to talk with you, meaning that he...
He can?
Huh?
Meaning that he can?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. By him succeeding his save in this case, it wasn't to resist your charms, it was to, make it so this way he could work up the courage to talk to you, and he nat 20, meaning that right now his admiration is heavily outweighing his fear.
Cool.
And he says, it was nothing, really, truly, and a former adventurer of your accomplishments is more than welcome to join us, King Wedge.
No. I'm not an adventurer nor a king. It's just, I wanted to say thank you for inviting me, and I hope you're having a great time. And Wedge goes, I go to push my hair back, and I knock the crown off my head, and it falls to the floor behind me.
I'm gonna pinch my nose and just be like,
You can roll a dex save as a reaction bow to try and catch it.
I'm gonna do that because that's such a bow thing to do. just like Wench, sweetie, crown goes on your head. Dex save?
Dex save.
Oh, cool. That's one of my proficient throws.
Yeah, Isabeau, you catch it before it hits the ground.
Yoink!
And
With the tail? With the tail?
with the tail.
Yes!
And the table, like, audibly gasps, and then all releases that breath.
When the tail brings the crown back up.
Elric laughs pleasantly. Wedge, you think you think that he's enjoying the conversation so far, and as such, you have advantage on any other interactions involving Elric for your next action. Israbo.
The crown gets placed back on Wedge's head. Obviously. I'm actually gonna talk to Hakerm. I'm just going to sidle up to him a little bit, because I know he's a nerd, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm taking advantage of this fact.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna be like, so as we really know who sets up these things? And I want to see his reaction to that statement first before I continue.
Roll me a persuasion or an intimidation.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, and is like, they really put this wine far away, didn't they? And he's still trying to get it, and it looks like he's trying to do it more urgently now.
What happened to his servant that's supposed to keep his glass filled?
They're currently fetching Wedge ale.
Yeah, that's true.
Hi, that's me.
Would it take up my action to cast Mage Hand to get him a glass of wine and continue chatting him up?
Yeah, it would finish this action to do that.
Okay, then I'll probably do something else.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just going to kind of cross my fingers together in my hand and stick my chin on them and just be like, so was it difficult setting up this situation? I know it's a very delicate matter to have so many important people all in one place.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Words. Use words.
Oh no, I'm enjoying watching him squirm.
He is very much squirming. Your passive intimidation is fairly high, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My intimidation is only surpassed by my perception. Persuasion.
Yeah. So yeah, he's scared pretty shitless, regardless of you trying to diplomatize him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like,
Which is great because I'm very clearly being polite, but that's what's unnerving him.
Alright.
So yeah, to finish up, I'll just be like, oh, my dear, it seems like you need a little something to loosen that tongue of yours, and I'll wave over a servant to get him his glass of wine.
Alright, you do wave over a servant who, is currently bringing a, mug of ale to Wedge. They put it down in front of him, and then they fill up, Heckern's, wine goblet, and, he drains it, and then they fill up another one for him, and he drains it, and then they fill up another one for it, and he drains it.
And I'll just kind of tap their hands and be like, thank you so kindly.
Locrian, Arya, and Alondra, let's go to you now. Locrian, who has the wedding ring that Dawn wanted you to put into the food?
Not
Wedding
me.
ring?
I got it.
Okay. So it still has an input into the food. Good to know.
Yep.
Locrian,
Yes.
you are rapidly filling things with ale. And one thing you're noting now is that the quality of the ale is getting shittier and shittier as it gets watered down more and more.
Wait. Say that again. It cut off. Right as I'm rapidly filling things with ale.
As you're rapidly filling things with ale, the already poor quality ale is getting worse and worse quality as it mixes with water. Meaning you need to figure out a way now to separate the not shitty ale from the shitty ale.
From the shitty ale. Alright, well, clearly the most recent batch is filled with water.
Not yet, no.
Not
It's
yet.
still ale. You're still getting shitty ale. And also, you're starting to take up a large place in the kitchen, and Takahata is politely telling you to GTFO. Like, finish whatever you're doing and get the fuck out. These casks are taking up a lot of room, and the assistant chefs aren't able to cook anything.
Okay. This is what. Do you mind if we just run this tap the whole time so that it floods out? We'll just take these casks out of the way, but we gotta need to run these taps. Is that okay?
Roll persuasion at advantage with Takahata, because you're pretty.
Can you roll it for me? Because I'm
Because
outside
he's
right
a
now.
good boy.
Alright, I'll roll it for you.
Nice boy. That's what she said. He's a nice boy.
Persuasion, public at advantage. Oh yeah. Yeah, she says, sure, that's alright. And you quickly hustle the casks. Now, where are you taking the casks?
Suggestion.
The only way out of the kitchen is through the dining hall.
Where is the dining hall?
You're in it.
Oh. Well, yeah, no, I'm saying the servant entrance comes from the kitchen, right?
Yes.
What if you put the casks... These two squares are servant's entrance. It's not this whole doorway, right?
Yeah, those two squares.
Then I was saying put the casks in between the two doorways, behind the standing screen, so the company can't see it, but it's easily accessible. And out of the kitchen. Like, right here.
Locrian?
Mitchie?
He's outside right now. He's probably switching over. We'll give him 5 minutes.
Okay. But yeah, that's my suggestion, is stick them right there. Because the cask would only fill up like a 5-foot square, right? Dylan?
Sorry?
A cask would only fill up a 5-foot square, correct?
Yes, and there are not enough casks to fill up that whole space. You'll be fine.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, because that was basically the question I was about to ask.
Yep.
Yay, foreshadowing. Also, thank you for giving me the opportunity to unnerve someone.
Did you guys hear what I said?
No.
No.
Damn it. Yeah. I was gonna take the non-watered down cask.
You're gonna take the non-watered down casks and...
Him a robot.
Yeah. You're roboting, sweetie.
Don't worry, I thought.
The robots are cool though, so I mean,
Beep, bip, bork.
how dare you? That's racist to robots, Dylan.
Robot isn't a race, so...
Unbelievable. Have you never played Stellaris?
No.
Am I a robot?
And again, it's not a race.
It's a state of being.
Am I a robot?
Not now.
Not anymore.
Okay. Did you hear what I said?
No.
No. Alright, I will label both caskets. The one that came first that isn't so watered down, I'm labeling. The watered down one, I'm labeling as watered down. I'm putting both in the walk-in cooler where it can stay nice and cool, and I'll get out of Takahata's way, and I will deal with this in a moment.
Is there a walk-in cooler?
Is there a walk-in cooler?
No.
So,
Do we
Holly,
have access to ice?
Yes.
Okay, we'll keep it nice and chilled.
oh shit.
What the hell was that?
You okay there, Mitchie?
I'm just running with thunder. Sorry, I'll mute myself.
That didn't sound like thunder.
Thunder might be his pet.
Oh! Yeah, that sounded like a tin barn falling down.
You just hate it when your tin bars fall down.
I do, though. Really, I do. I'll tell you the story another time.
Alright, so we know what Locrian's doing, right?
Icing ale.
Icing ale. And what's he doing with the shitty casks?
He has separated them and labeled them, so he knows which ones are which.
And he's putting them, he's just icing them all? Where is he icing them?
I don't think he specified, but I'm guessing they're going here.
Alright, so there's now ice and ale all behind that standing screen. Arya.
No. I'm putting the cask on ice, so there's no, like, ice in the wine.
Okay, so you're putting, so you've got like buckets of ice now set up behind the standing screen, and you've put the ale in the ice, like in the cask.
Put the cask on the ice.
Yeah. Okay. Arya. Oh wait, sorry, Alondra. Actually, you have walked out in front of Duke Clay as he's trying to leave to pee.
You might want to tell him.
She's gonna ask if she can assist in any way.
Oh no!
Wow, then.
She doesn't know why he's getting up.
To go pee?
He blinks at you and says, "I didn't realize you were offering those kind of services, but yes."
Oh god, he said yes! Oh, my heart.
She kind of tilts her head, it's like, huh? She looks confused.
Elven prostitutes are so rare. And he takes you by the hand.
Which hand?
Huh?
Which hand?
Either or.
One of them.
No,
has
it
a
matters.
ring.
Which one?
Right.
Okay.
I like how May sounded disappointed for that.
Yeah, you've seen him look at your wedding ring. He's aware of it.
Okay.
Prostitutes can still be married. He's not gonna judge. Maybe your husband's into that.
Oh my god.
You're the one who approached him and repositioned him in his eyes.
God.
I was like, dude, he can hold his own dick while he pees. He's got this.
Well, Alondra could technically hold him all night, depending on how good she is.
Now then.
God
Where-
damn, guys.
I assume you have a room prepared for this sort of thing?
Yeah, the bathroom.
Thankfully, this solves my other issue as well, as long as you're into a little bit more of hardcore things.
Wait, yeah, now I agree
I
with
think
what
you did
the fuck is going on, Dylan.
tease me out.
May, I'm gonna give you a bit to compose yourself before you need to answer.
I'm not sure if Dylan is trying to make May back out or not.
I have no idea either. Can we go ahead and
I think
dog?
I think it's just another excuse for Dylan to hit on the characters.
Arya.
So,
I'm gonna ask. I just learned the guy's name. The guy currently in charge of communications to please put the water back in the pipes.
I can't really do that.
Why not?
Don't know where I'd get that much water.
Everybody in the Tantalium looks to render.
Okay, but Dylan...
Also, you know, I kind of used up all my sends with that ale.
But Dylan, Port Brixton is in Bo's room.
Yeah, that's a good point. Port Brixton, I could get a bunch of water there. The thing is, it's not real water, right?
Isn't it?
I mean, no, not really. But also, the issue is that I can't send anything else. You had me send a fuck ton of ale.
I don't recall asking for that much.
Well, I didn't know how much you wanted. Nobody specified. You said ale, and then I was given a bunch of ale to send.
Does Tyr not put anyone with common sense in charge?
Listen, it is common sense. You said you needed it right away. I sent you ale right away. I didn't know how much you needed. I know you're handling a big fancy dinner party. Now the big fancy dinner party has a bunch of ale. Congratulations. You don't need to be a dick about it. Besides, it's my first time doing this sort of thing. I'm more of a plumber than I am a... whatever the fuck you call this job title.
If you're... Well, you use those plumbing skills and remove the ale from the plumbing so that the water can continue flowing normally.
Alright, who's dealing with the fucking plumbing right now?
Look, yeah.
Tell him to run the pipes until the ale runs out and it starts using its normal water focus. Again. Oh wait, yeah, he's already doing that. That's a smart kid there.
Yep. Yes, it seems... Yes.
Oh, yo, as a warning, don't let anybody use the bathroom while doing it, because if you do, then you know. Well, I don't think you need to really imagine, but that ale's gonna taste pretty shitty. Ha ha ha! A pun! He says and then disconnects.
That's not how that works, Dylan. I love you, but that's not how that works.
Yeah.
No, it's not, but... For,
He was just making the pun?
Huh?
He was just making a pun?
Oh, no. For plumbing? Yeah, no, if you guys pee in there, you're gonna... It's
No,
bad
it's
news.
not.
No,
That's
normally...
not how that works.
Normally, no. In this case, yes.
Dylan, no. Also, they're no longer drawing ale for drinking, so...
Alondra!
I was gonna say that I shoot Alondra an apologetic glance, and then start heading towards the kitchen.
You've been abandoned.
Yep.
All by myself.
Don't wanna be all by myself.
Well, that went a different direction than I was in. Anyway.
Just let me know when you're ready, May.
Sorry, I have an idea. I just need the in-between link.
You got like the start and the end, but you're trying to figure out the middle part.
Yes.
Yep. I feel ya. Is that the middle part?
No, God, no.
Jesus.
I'm sorry!
Enter room, fuck, leave
I was
room.
talking about... It was perfect! disappointment. Oh, I can't breathe.
Well, I had a plan on how I was going to do the ring, but I'm worried Dylan's going to put an incompetent in charge of that.
Do it yourself.
But it's customary to have the chef do it.
I mean, Takahata's in charge, and she's been pretty... She's been, honestly, one of the most staple members of the Tantalium, and pretty even-handed for her working.
As long as Takahata doesn't hand it off to a random NPC, I think it should be fun. So if anything, if you have to have her hand it off, have her hand it off to you, and then it's all on you if it fails.
I already have the ring.
Right. Okay. When you say it's something the chef normally does, what do you mean? Like bring out the ring in a piece of food?
In the wine glass, things like that. It's usually the main servant serving the table or the head chef that presents the ring.
Oh. I was not aware.
It's in every bad chick flick.
Yeah, I'm not that kind of white girl.
Neither am I.
Honest Dawn, Martin.
Sorry guys, it's been a while since I played a Spellcaster.
You're good.
What are you playing with,
Wait,
dude?
what?
May, what are you doing with Duke Clay?
He's working it out. And it sounds like it's gonna be fantastic.
I need to get you before we can move on to the next round.
Question, since we were already here beforehand, would I know if there were, I think we would decorate the hallways, right? So they appeared nice, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you gonna fuck him in a hallway?
Better idea.
Are you gonna put a fake door in the hall?
No.
No, but I got close. Martin.
I've seen what May comes up with.
Guys, if Martin's talking,
okay.
if Martin's
Okay,
talking,
yeah.
interact with him on the Twitch without speaking.
Yeah, I'm doing. Well, he's in Discord.
Okay. Wait, let's see. Oh, hold on, I'm on Twitch.
I got it. Yeah, I know, Mark. I know.
Okay, so can she lead him to a room, but say that she needs to freshen up first?
Yeah.
Okay.
You lead him to a room, say you need to freshen up first. Roll me a persuasion or deception if you're not intending on coming back.
I'm gonna use my inspiration for this.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Sweet Jesus. Let me roll his insight.
Please fail. Please fail.
He got a 4 before modifiers.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, Duke Clay, he sits down on the bed and he says, "Oh, I'll be here waiting. I hope you don't mind if I get myself ready first." And he begins unbuckling his pants.
Yeah, she turns away and leaves the room. And as she leaves the room, she closes the door and she casts.
Oh
She
dear.
casts plant growth on the plants out in the hallway. Over the door.
All right, link to me what plant growth does, as you may have successfully incapacitated the assassin. However, you've done it
This
in
is
a...
the one we did last time, remember? That he
Let's
wanted
see.
to do it over the plants
All
on the table
normal
and then
become
realized.
thick and overgrown. Wow, how far away did you lead him from the area?
All the
We
way.
got in the hallway, so like maybe the other end.
To the max, then?
Yes.
So, yeah, 100 feet away. So that means that, wow, that's 4 times! That means he can move, like, one square around, I think. Like, hold on, 4 feet. So that means if he wanted to move 5 feet, he has to expend 20 feet worth of movement.
And keep in mind, I'm casting it over the door too, so.
Oh, yeah. So,
And there's no
hold
windows
on,
for him to get
hold
out
on.
of.
I need someone to math for me.
Yeah, I got it. Matt. Give me
So,
Matt.
I need to figure out how long it's going to take this guy to move 100 feet through this.
Hold on, we can give you the spell duration. Oh, it lasts.
It lasts 8. It lasts. Yeah. How long does it last?
It doesn't say.
I think it's permanent.
Yeah, I think they overgrow. Because remember, it says if you cast it over 8 hours, then it's a on
Permanent, my friend.
So once it's grown, it's grown.
Oh, sweet
And he
Jesus!
grew it over a doorway, which means he probably have to like hack his way through.
Sweet Jesus! So I need to know. I need to know that how like long, how many actions, how many turns is it going to take him if he is
Okay.
using his dash,
What is
his
his move?
rogue
Open
dash.
the door first.
If he's using his action to dash and his bonus action, this is once he gets through the door, May.
Okay, well, what is his
Through the
movement
door.
speed? Base movement speed.
Okay, so him using all of his actions, he can go 90 feet a turn.
90 feet a turn with all 3 being used to move.
With all
Okay.
3 being used to dash.
Every 4 foot becomes 1 foot, so
And he's
90
likely not going to expend that much effort first. It's probably going to be at the start. Like I just need I need an estimate for how
Yeah, no, I'm
fast if
working
he's
on it.
moving
Hold
at his
on.
top speed.
Well, give me a second, because numbers. Okay, so if he's moving 90 feet per turn, so the first, 1 or 2 turns, he's going to be moving 30
No,
feet,
just give me
right?
max speed. Let's say he moves it the whole time.
Okay, so 90 feet for every 4 foot being 1 foot is 22.5, which means he'll move 22, which means 4 squares max. So he can move 4 squares per
So-
turn of maximum movement.
20 per round, then.
Effectively, yes.
Meaning it'll take him 5 rounds to, after getting through the door, to reach the fucking dining hall again.
Once he realizes it too, I mean.
Yeah, and that's once he realizes it. However, this
Fuck
is
is
a
that?
pretty blatant way of incapacitating Duke Clay. Meaning,
True.
if Tarragon finds out, you guys are pretty certain he's not going to be pleased.
Oh,
To be
shit.
fair,
Yeah, you didn't.
it
You
may not have been so much of a I want to incapacitate the assassin as a I really didn't want to fuck the guy.
you still hindered his assassin. Tarragon's going to be pissed.
Shit.
Don't worry, you can solve that problem later now, though. You've gotten him away and locked him in a room, essentially.
God damn
Yeah.
it, I forgot about that.
You can deal with that and try and find a way to make this less shitty in a moment. Meanwhile,
Fire!
Wedge, Elric says to you, everyone's eating the appetizers right now, so you don't consider yourself a king, then, despite that you wear the crown, and your people consider you their king.
And Bo is giving you a fucking look.
Oh no, I'm just a sergeant. Not a
Bo
king.
is
I don't know
giving
what
you
I'm doing here.
Such a look.
So, what do you mean? You're a soldier first and then a king second?
We'll think about that.
Reaction to nudge him in the ribs.
Allowed.
Nudge.
He jumps, the crown falls off his head again.
Dex
I'm
save.
gonna roll to catch it again.
Yeah, Dex save. At advantage, because this time you were ready.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I nudged him, so.
Gain an inspiration, by the way, Wedge, for good roleplay.
18.
Oh yeah, you catch the crown again. Again, the whole table goes, gasp! Huh.
At this point, they're probably getting the feeling that Bo does this a lot.
You scared the shit out of me. Sorry. Oops, sorry. Again, you scared the poop out of me.
Gasp! As he says a curse at the table.
Poop?
He said shit.
Yes! He said shit first and then he corrected himself.
Oh. I didn't hear that part.
Wedge, is there anything you want to talk to the king about, or do you want to talk to someone else now?
Okay. Did you find the crown on the floor?
Oh, I caught your crown. Oh, you're talking to him. I got it.
No, my father was king before me.
Where did he find the crown?
His father before him. He was, they were both slain by assassins. My father's reign only lasted 3 days.
I'm sorry to hear that.
What a... Out of character, out of character, out of character.
Thing I can do to help Elric with that. Those assassins.
Not really. I mean, it already happened. I'm just trying to do my best by my people. But I must
That's a noble
admit,
goal.
and he says this too quietly for you to hear. You need to read his lips. Roll me an insight. At advantage.
Oh yeah, because he just got on his good graces. Good job, Wedge.
Oh, I take 10.
You can't take 10.
How about?
Because you cannot spend 10 minutes trying to read his lips.
Oh yeah.
Is it insight?
Yep, at
So-
advantage.
Uh-oh.
You can do it.
I'm a master at insight, so yeah. It's my #1 skill. Look at that.
Avoided in
Oh,
that one.
Dylan.
You don't see what he said. You don't understand. Bo?
I didn't catch that.
He just blushes and looks away. Bo?
He can't use his inspiration.
That was his inspiration.
Oh.
2 inspiration points that I haven't used.
Bo?
See, I was interested in Hakurm, but now I'm kind of interested in continuing the conversation with Elric. But I don't want anyone else to feel left out, but, like, at the same time...
Not only that, but you're, like, with Wedge it's feasible, but don't forget, the distance between the table will result in other people being able to hear you and such.
I mean, sure, but I'm not
Yeah.
offended.
Cool.
Then yeah, I'm just gonna kind of whisper to Wedge real quick. Just because it's not your tradition doesn't make you not the king. Just go with it, be humble, but you are the king. You got this. And I'm gonna go back to squirming her Hakurm. Oh, what is the last thing I said? We got him some wine.
Yeah,
He's
he's
the one who planned this.
he's looking pretty uncomfortable. Are you doing anything with him?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna talk to him. I guess I'm just gonna... Bo's gonna cross his fingers and be very frank and be like, so I'm guessing the reason you're squirming is because you've no doubt hurt my reputation in your country. Should that be persuasion or...
Persuasion, and go over what you said again. I'm answering a question someone sent me in private.
Okay, what did I say? Fuck. Give me a second. My brain just went erase.
Yeah, fine.
So I said I was going to be seriously blunt with him, and I said So I'm guessing you are uncomfortable because you've no doubt heard your country's version of my reputation. I said something like that, except it was more fluid the first time.
Sorry, hold on. I got asked another question.
Motherfucking Dylan, I can't remember what I said!
One more time. I've got players messaging me in private.
I know, but now you're getting the watered-down ale version of what I said.
Did anyone else hear what she said? Can someone...
I was very... It's just that I said it nice the first time, so now it's gonna come out real bad. Okay, I looked at him, and I said very blunt, but, like, still with the same manipulative bullshit that... So I'm guessing the reason you're so uncomfortable is because you have no doubt heard your country's version of my reputation.
Yeah.
Like that, but more sultry and...
Persuasion or intimidation, your choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with persuasion. There, I rolled.
Yeah. He goes, yeah, it's quite intimidating. He seems more relaxed now that he's starting to get plastered.
That was quick.
And Bo's gonna kind of just wave him off like that pish-posh kind of a wave and just be like, oh, don't be startled, darling. You know everything is always dragged out of proportion when it's traveled across the country. Do I look anywhere near as threatening as my rumors make me out to be? Trick question. I want to see how he responds.
And he drinks his wine. Locrian.
the bard, ladies and gentlemen.
Locrian, you finally get all the casks set up, and you pause for a moment behind the standing screen and think, aren't I forgetting something?
Aren't I forgetting?
It's one of your ladies. Either Lola
Oh,
or...
why'd you remind them? I wanted to see them face together.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
there's
at the
two
table,
ladies.
Bo.
I'm not sure which one's his most...
You're at the
Focus.
table, Bo, so unless you're using the Ring of Twinned Thoughts, you shouldn't really be giving other people advice. You've done it a few times.
I got it. I will be shush.
I think about this. I think clearly. Ale, that. I'm gonna try the kind of shitty ale that's not so watered down.
Okay.
How is it?
It's pretty okay.
Does it taste like ale?
It tastes like ale, but there's like a hint of gunpowder in it.
A hint of gunpowder. I pour another bit. Can I, like, prestidigitate all the ale in the cup to taste like good ale?
No. It's not how that
No.
works.
It's part of... You can prestidigitate stuff to make taste like good.
Oh, really? Can you?
Yeah, you can spice things up with prestidigitation.
Alright, yeah, you make it taste like good ale with a little bit of gunpowder in it.
Alright. I'm gonna prestidigitate the good casket and make it taste good. And I'm gonna try to, as little gunpowder as possible. And once I do that, I'm gonna
No,
separate-
hold on. It's an instantaneous sensory effect, so no, you can't. Look.
No.
Oh, you can chill, warm, or flavor up to 1 cubic foot. Okay, so you can flavor it. So, that I'm not saying that means you can make it taste good. I mean you can make it taste sweet, bitter, or whatever. Good is not a flavor. Good is an opinion.
Then...
It's fucking raw!
Or you can chill, warm, or flavor up to 1 cubic of non-living
Yeah,
material
so
for
you could
1
make
hour.
it taste spicy, bitter, sweet, raw, as Wedge said.
Taste raw!
You could add like stuff like that to it, essentially, okay?
Okay.
And remember, you can only have 3 of it active at a time, so you can only do it to 3 casks.
Yeah, I'm only gonna do it. I'm gonna do it to just the first one. I doubt he's gonna drink through the whole cask. I think.
Alright, what are you flavoring it as?
I'm gonna, well, with the one that I'm experimenting with, I'm gonna try and see, like, would bitter taste good? Try bitter. Tastes stronger.
It does taste stronger. Roll me an investigation to be what would the best tasting one.
Okay.
It would have been a really funny nat one, but it wasn't. Yeah. Wedge, give him 3 flavor options that you think Wedge would enjoy.
So when I was back at the Rolling Pony Inn, I had a nice sour ale. That was pretty nice. At the Juggling Rooster, I had a stout. That was pretty bitter. That was pretty good too. This strange tavern called the Gym, meant to confuse wives that you were actually working out instead of getting plastered on a Wednesday afternoon. I had a sweet ale made from fermented berries, and that was also very tasty.
So yes to all the above.
Pick a flavor.
Yes. Pick a flavor.
So sweet, stout, and sour.
Roll 1d3.
1.
Wait, roll 1d3.
Yeah, that was an S3. There you go.
2.
So sweet,
Stout and sour.
stout, and sour. I think the stout.
All right.
Bitter.
Yeah, you add a bitter flavor to this cask, and now it tastes like it definitely tastes like a stout with still that sense of that taste of gunpowder. You can't seem to get rid of it.
Ugh.
Is it a gunpowder cask, Dylan?
Do you want to like open it up and look through it?
I opened the cask.
Yeah, it's a gunpowder cask. In fact, there's a bit of gunpowder in the ale still.
Can I clean off the gunpowder?
You think that this might have been an intentional choice based on the brewer to brew their ale in former gunpowder barrels.
Huh.
Roll me an intelligence check.
Locrian gets broken.
Just any sort of intelligence. Intelligence save, I'll allow it. That's just common sense. Yeah, these barrels are super explosive.
Oh god.
You have a way to take out the entirety of the mansion, you think, now. You notice several torches burning near the barrels and begin to sweat. Moving on.
Okay, I don't have enough time to do another action, do I?
No, moving on. Duke, Alondra, you stand in your jungle.
She walks back to the thing, and is anybody around her?
It's gonna take you a bunch of rounds to get back, my dude.
No, this has a range of 150 feet. I could just walk. I waited until I was out of range, dude.
Oh shit! What? Okay.
Why would I intentionally try?
Yeah. All right. So you open the door and
Wait.
Yeah.
Is there anybody around in the hallway?
No.
Okay, she quickly casts disguise self and disguises her as Duke Clay.
I love you.
Oh my god. Fucking genius!
I love you. That was beautiful.
Alright. Okay, that's a thing now, I guess. Congratulations, you're now Duke Clay.
And then she walks in and sits in a seat.
Are you guys going to inform the servants that it's a jungle there now? Because there are still people who would need to go through that hallway.
Yeah, I did that before I transformed.
Okay. They go, what? Why is it a jungle out here now? Lord Tarragon's not going to be happy about that.
She says that there must have been something in the soil, and then she says that she'll take care of it whenever the party's over.
Roll me a deception.
You want my inspiration? I want to see this work.
Squeaky!
Oh, squeaky!
Yeah, use that expression.
That was adorable.
That's right!
Oh my god.
Alright, yeah, we did just use a new fertilizer. I guess talking to those plants really does work, huh? I guess we don't need to call Lord Tarragon for this as long as you're gonna take care of it later. We'll redirect all the guests through different hallways when they need to go to places, and we'll essentially close down this one. We're also, I guess, you know, those plants you guys ordered, we're gonna have to take them all away just to make sure this doesn't happen anywhere else.
She understands.
Alright, Jesus Christ. That's a lot of plant, he says, and then he looks at it and looks at you and says, I don't envy you since you have to clean this up. And then he slowly begins, like, moving his way through the plants to get to the under end of the hallway. Like gently is picking his way through them, and he disappears into the foliage you've created.
Arya can fix this problem with a single touch.
Oh god, you can!
Because they're just normal plants. They're not magic or nothing.
No, they've been magicked, but they aren't just normal. In this case, I would allow it.
They've just been made to grow. They're not magical or anything still.
In this case, I would allow it, but if you were trying to cancel out an enemy's ability, I would not. For future note, okay?
My take on that would be like that because they're actively pouring magic into it.
Yeah. In this case, Jesus Christ, guys. Yeah. Duke Clay comes back in and sits down. Alondra does not. The party should be probably suspicious of that.
Yeah.
Let me just get rid of the Duke Clay for the next fucking forever, I guess. I'm gonna go to the washroom because this has changed a lot of stuff. When I come back, we'll take Arya's turn.
Wait, did I just hear a page rip?
Wait, what?
Heather,
Tequila.
is Bo still connected to Arya with the ring?
It's not an ongoing thing.
Okay.
It's a every round. It's like I can pick someone up. So no, I am not actively tracking your mind.
Make Dylan take a 5-minute break.
You did.
You could have done worse. You could have cast it multiple times as you're leaving the hallway.
Yeah, once alone is crazy. Imagine if you cast twice. He's pretty much trapped in there, and you're masquerading as him.
And there's
and you
no
got the hallway
windows.
shut down.
And
And
guess
if
what?
you
I can't attack anyone because I'm pacified.
And we'll take care of it later. And honestly, oh my god, yeah, you're right, you're pacified, so you can't even fake an attack on Lyric.
Actually, I could. It would just hover, I think. Or no.
I think we have to ask Dylan on that, because remember, we're not tempted to touch our weapons at all.
All right.
Oh, I think that would.
She can do it like a fake image.
You could.
Like the
And you-
Skies, she got the Skies version, like the image weapon instead of her.
It sucks because Arya is the only one with certain information.
What certain information?
That's my point. I'm looking for opportunities to tell you guys.
Well, remember, you can tell. Dylan said we had like the network of servants and stuff, so you can tell us if you need to.
I need to, but I'm not going through Tarragon's forces for it.
All right, Arya.
Yeah, I went to the kitchen too. Well, I don't know that Clay's back without Alondra.
Okay, you're in the kitchen?
Yeah, I was going to Takahata.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she's cooking the next course right now.
Okay, so Takahata, do you have a moment to listen?
If maybe what is it?
Well, there seems that someone wishes to propose to their fiance tonight.
Oh my gosh, how lovely!
Yes, and I thought that as I was thinking about how they asked me to figure out how to present the ring for them, and I thought perhaps during dessert, if the ring was with their dessert.
That's gonna be impossible. I'm preparing a very, very, dangerous to cook meal as a dessert, and if I even, mess up slightly, it'll poison everybody at the table and you'll all die.
What?
Fugu?
It's a kind of fish from my planet, and it's
fugu.
it's really super poisonous. But if you cook
It's
it right,
fugu.
it's really tasty.
Have 3.
That's not a dessert.
I've heard of it.
No, you have not heard of it. This is
No,
a dish.
I've heard of it.
It is
I've heard.
no. It is similar to that, but it is a dessert fish.
A dessert fish.
Yes, it's served with ice cream.
Is it the little bread fish with the red bean paste?
No, it is nothing that has an equivalent that you guys would be able to understand.
No, it's okay. I'm fucking with you.
None of you were present for the cooking art, but anyone who watched through the portal would realize that Takahata has poisoned people before by accident.
Yeah.
When the judges all had that allergic reaction to the raptor meat.
Yeah, but that was accidental. There was no way she could have seen that happen,
Yeah.
coming.
I asked about people's allergies to crackers.
Well, no one knew that they could have an allergy reaction. No one's eaten it.
Yes. So, yeah, Taka says, so yeah, I wouldn't really be able to put this anywhere in it because, it would increase my chances of killing everybody exponentially. An earlier dish is doable, though, probably.
Yes, probably well, there's only the main course and the dessert left, right?
There's several courses. It's a 3-course meal, and then it's appetizer, course 1, course 2, course 3, and then dessert. You guys are still
All
on
right.
appetizer.
How about right before dessert, we just deliver the ring on a silver platter?
I could do that. You guys are still on
Alright,
appetizer.
how about and what should be said when the ring is being delivered? Compliments of Duke, not Duke, Honest Don? What's his last name?
I think it'd be best to not say anything and just let the statement ring.
Well, we don't want that to spiral into a misunderstanding.
Just realized you guys can't see the fucking, on the Twitch, they can't see the, chat for Roll20. One moment. But yeah, it is like Martin says, it is a Swedish fish.
Is it red?
Is it gummy?
Anyways.
What a
I
weapon,
guess
Johnny.
we'll find out.
Is it Swedish?
So yeah, between the main course and dessert, so for the ring to be delivered to her, she's the pregnant woman in seat 4.
Alright. Yeah, I can do that. Sounds good.
All right, thanks a bunch, Takahata.
Okay. So the appetizers are taken away, and the first course is served. And what did you have for the first course, guys? When was the lamb coming out? Because that's the important one.
Main course.
Meat.
So that'd be the second course, right?
We let Takahata plan everything, so
Cool. So yeah, it'll come out the second course. So the first course,
Victor plan everything.
the first course is noodles. All right, like Japanese
Alright.
style noodles and rice. with little bits of chicken and the like. Wedge and Elric. Wedge, what are you doing? Because Elric has blushed and look away, effectively ending that conversation. You can start up a new one with him, or you can do something else.
I'm gonna turn left and ask to Yuri. I'm gonna go, hey, hello, how are you? My name's Wedge, and I hold up my hand to shake hers.
I'm waiting to catch the crown.
She stands up. Hold on.
Okay, I guess I'll stand too.
No. Because she stands up quickly and slaps you full on the face.
I'm waiting to catch the crown.
And says, "How dare you make a sexual advance on me, sir?" very loudly.
Oh.
And you guys are pretty certain that this is the scene that she's going to make.
Do I catch the crown?
No.
No?
No. Because this was very sudden. You were expecting kind of like a goofy mess up from Wedge again. This was Yuri actively catching up and slapping him, and you don't need to catch the crown because it's not knocked off of his head.
Okay.
Wedge, you just got slapped. Take 1 damage.
What? How much damage?
1.
Respond?
Yeah, you can. You guys have an action. Everyone's got an action to try and stop this scene. As Arya comes out of the kitchen and Locrian is like peeking around the standing screen, probably.
I will say
I'm gonna see what Wedge does first.
that was very rude.
It was rude of you to attempt to grope me like that.
This is groping now? Since when was that a thing?
She's
do I get an action?
It's not you yet. It's still Wedge's turn.
Damn it.
Are you doing anything, Wedge? She's clearly trying to lie and say that you just tried to grab her boob.
And I'm deflecting with brutal honesty, saying I didn't realize that shaking hands was a sexual advance.
Roll me a persuasion. Or an intimidate would work as well.
But you know what they say about both of those things that you just mentioned. I'm gonna roll intimidation.
Okay.
That's not very in character though. That'd be very rude. No, I'm gonna roll persuasion.
Go ahead.
Me. Smack.
Actually, that's a much worse roll. I'm using my inspiration point too.
Yeah. You're not certain if the table believes you, but they don't seem to be entirely on Yuria's side yet.
Can Locrian get a save?
Not yet, because now it's Honest Dawn's action.
Damn it!
You're behind the screen. It's okay. It'll be fine.
Dawn looks at you, Wedge, and says, "It's true, I saw the whole thing. King Wedge just tried to sexually assault Queen Yuria."
Oh!
Isherbo,
I wish I still had Zone of Truth.
you're up.
Isherbo does have Zone of Truth, I believe.
Ooh.
Let me check. At the very least, he has calm emotions. Which I might need because...
Oh, I guess this is how I die.
I'm anxious. I know the perfect thing to say, but I can't say it.
Well, first off, Dylan, just as a bonus action, or actually this is not even require a bonus action to activate. The Mantle of Majesty doesn't require anything to activate. It's a bonus action to use the benefits of this. So at the moment, I'm just cloaked in a Fey magic.
Are you doing that? Because that could add a character. Activating that will, like, everyone at the table will know that you are actively trying to charm them. using a magical effect. It'd diffuse the current situation, but you're also aware it would have its own set of problems and challenges, much
Alright.
like
That's a good
Alondra's plant growth.
No, that's a good point.
It's effective,
Then I'll hold off on that.
but yeah, it's effective. But you can also hold your action if you want to wait to see if anyone else.
Oh
does.
no.
Okay.
No, Bo. It took everything not to immediately react. Yeah. So the crown did not get knocked off.
No. Wedge took 1 point of damage though, and has a big red mark on his face.
So Urias smacked Wedge. Dawn is claiming that she's not lying. And there's nothing on the table separating his view of her in any way, shape, or form.
No. You guys didn't put anything on it.
Because I'm trying to figure out how to... Because I was prepared to combat her, I wasn't prepared to combat him.
You do know that the back end of the table, though, wouldn't have had view to what happened.
Right.
And
so they
everyone
would have
outside
to-
your sphere of influence that I've drawn would have had difficulty seeing it, but could possibly have.
Then Bo would very clearly state, I'm sorry, is shaking hands a sexual attempt in your culture?
Persuasion.
Is there a difference between your culture and ours, and shaking hands is considered inappropriate?
Persuasion.
Uh-huh.
Or intimidate.
I'm gonna go with persuasion at the moment.
Okay. Honest Dawn has a lot of influence, and right now the table's divided. Locrian.
Well, that was a question to Honest Dawn.
Oh. It would have if he had tried to shake her hand, but he didn't.
You saw that from 15 feet away from the table, what happened in 2 feet of space between a person right there next to me.
You tend to notice when someone assaults a woman. Especially when it's your queen.
Can I?
The more Dawn speaks, Bo, the more you're losing the crowd. Locrian?
I'm just gonna walk over here, and I'm gonna throw my voice and look at both of them, and just be like, "My God, did you hear? Somebody tried to assault the queen? Really? Wedge? Yeah, I thought he liked men. Yeah, I thought so too. Why would he ever do that? That doesn't make any sense."
I mean, he does have a
Queen
male
guy.
queen.
I thought he was into men. That doesn't make any sense. Just like pretending to be like somebody.
There's a loud
really far
conversation with the servants. Alright, roll
Yeah.
deception at advantage. And Wedge, Honest Dawn's not getting mad because Queen Uria's not his wife. King Elric is. Elric looks horrified. Jesus H. Christ.
Oh, well, that would make sense then.
So
What?
you... Oh, Lord.
Good job, Locrian.
The save that the table made, and I made it as a group save, got a 2 before modifiers on Locrian's deception.
Saving biscuits, man.
So, yeah, there's talk at the table saying, hey, yeah, his queen is his husband. That can't be right. He doesn't like women. He's a homosexual. Wedge, you can loudly hear that your sexuality is now the current topic of discussion at the table.
Way to go, Logri.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Here's the important question. Does Wedge care? Shrug. Well, there's that.
And we're gonna put on the sacrifice song.
That might have actually helped like a lot.
All right,
No wonder
so
you were so excited, Mitchie.
Yep.
Duke Clay. The topic is currently discussing Wedge's sexuality and the issue as a whole. Do you want to charm in Duke Clay?
Oh, this is a good opportunity for you.
Oh, fuck, I don't want to waste this opportunity. I don't know how though.
Well, you're posing as someone from the opposite kingdom, and everyone is talking about a rumor. Maybe Duke Clay heard something on good authority.
Oh, did you just use your Ring of Twin Thoughts for that?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's hard not being helpful.
I know it isn't.
I'm trying. You're right. I know. He asked.
Duke Clay,
Yes.
what are you doing? You can just vague description this one if you need to. Like, Duke Clay just blends in talking about how Wedge likes sausage.
Yeah, he blends in.
Alright. You don't even need to roll me a check for this or anything. Arya.
That completely threw me off my footing.
Table needs, like, a little push to be on Wedge's side.
Oh, I'm on the other side of the room.
Follow suit. Pretend to be a servant talking. I don't know.
I'm gonna use minor illusion to have some whispers go around that, like, do you think that the king and queen are gonna kiss? I got nothing right now.
Alright, yeah. The table begins rumoring that he should prove it. Yuria's jaws hit the ground as you clearly think that him being gay was not something she factored into her ill-timed and conceived plan. Honest Dawn, however, again remains having his extremely strong poker face. King Elric is like, because he's totally aware his wife is making a scene.
And then presumably gay Wedges was chatting him up earlier.
Yeah. So Wedge, it's back to you. There's a rumor going around that you're gonna kiss Israbo to prove it.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay, Kailana puts both her hands on her face and goes, as you guys do. And you're pretty certain you've just made one of her fantasies come true.
Hey, Dylan.
Yeah?
Performance check?
Oh my god.
One moment, let me put on a song.
This could go so wrong, though.
Oh!
Both of you are doing a performance check.
I'll give my inspiration to Wedge.
You can also if anyone wants to before they kiss try and set the mood with any magic or spells or anything, feel free.
Oh, I got this.
Okay, it's got this.
I got this.
I was gonna.
Lothrien is a great wingman, to be
Are
fair.
you grabbing your guitar?
I'm grabbing my ukulele.
Oh boy.
Like, no offense, Arya, but Lothrien's a good wingman.
Oh man.
Yeah, Arya's not good at this kind of thing.
That was a harpy joke.
If Alondra wasn't currently disguised, she would do it, but...
One sec.
No worries, take your time. You're getting out your ukulele to play a little tune while King Wedge and Queen Israbo kiss to prove that he is gay. Which is just a really weird occurrence and something I never thought I'd have to say in a session.
can, so I have no problems with this.
Has this question never really come up?
No, it hasn't, because everyone in the multiverse is pretty accepting of other people's sexualities. Just Queen Yuri is a cunt, and you guys decided that this was your option to prove that Wedge is not interested in Queen Yuria and to avoid a social scandal.
Listen, out of game. If Queen Yuria wants to fight me and prove what being a man is really like, she's more than welcome to.
Let's not go down that avenue just yet. Let's put that on the back burner for now.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. If shit went bad, I was totally gonna throw down queen on queen. It would have been a queen and Yas queen.
It would have been a slap fight.
Oh no, it wouldn't have.
I mean, she's unarmed. And she's not a good fighter.
Okay, well, she would have.
Let's pick our weapons.
All right, look, Mitchie, do you have your ukulele now to play for us?
I am ready.
All right, Locrian begins playing from behind the standing screen. Go ahead, Locrian.
I'm just gonna start. Can you feel the love tonight?
You called it.
It's where we are today.
Aria, are you adding to this at all?
It's enough.
I don't have my instrument.
It's wide-eyed wonder.
Wedge and Bo both roll me a performance to make this kiss at advantage.
Can you feel the love tonight? As Wedge and Bo.
That's a survival!
He's trying to survive those kids.
Keep going, Mitchie.
Oh my god.
I'm taking his breath away, Dylan. That's obviously survival check.
Lay to rest.
Roll a performance, Wedge.
It's enough to make the kings and vagabonds believe the very best. There you go.
All right. So, no, you don't double your money, Wedge. So, Wedge, you kind of turn your head towards Bo, and Bo grabs you by, like, the cheeks and the jaw and pulls you in, and it is a sloppy makeout. The crown falls off. Bo, roll a dex save to grab it with your tail again. And
Yeah.
it turns into, like, the dirtiest, tonguiest, like, just out in front of this thing. Kailana is like, oh no, the crown falls to the ground. Kailana is like, ooh.
It wouldn't be too gross. It's Bo.
Yeah, I'm not like, yeah, but it is definitely convincing. And Queen Yuria's jaw is like on the fucking floor as you guys outsmart her social outburst. And she just sits down and says, I suppose it must have been one of the servants, and she mutters that quietly.
I'm just gonna coo over the poor swollen red mark on his face.
Are you gonna cast Healing Word while doing this?
Nah, I want it to be there to be like a point of contention. I want to bring attention to her faux pas. I want her to feel bad for it. So I'm just gonna kind of like.
If you have
be, like,
prestidigitation, you could cast it to make it glow a little bit, or like to be more prominent on his skin.
Here's the bottom line.
I don't have prestidigitation. I only have thaumaturgy.
Okay, yeah, do not thaumaturgy his face.
No, I know. That's why I'm like, I'm just making a scene over it.
Yeah, I'm counting that as what you guys did for this round.
Yeah.
However,
I totally had the wrong lyrics put out, by the way. I had Elton John.
I know, it was cute though. You did good.
I was like, fuck yeah. I just found it. I can do it. But
you want to go again?
I'll go again. Okay. Alright.
Let me turn off
I can
Careless
see
Whisper.
what's happening. What? And they don't have a clue. They'll fall in love, and here's the bottom line. Our trio's down to 2. The sweet caress of twilight. There's magic everywhere. And with all this romantic atmosphere, disasters in the air. Can you feel the love tonight? The peace and the evening bring. The world for once in perfect harmony with all its living things. There you go.
Boy, oh boy.
Unrehearsed, out of my ass. There you go.
Gain an inspiration. Oh, also,
Thank you.
the servants all as one.
They join in on it.
If you can hear the music, they're clapping and cheering.
Yeah. Alright, I'm done.
Alright. Duke Clay, quotation marks. It's been about 20 minutes, by the way, since you've locked him in there.
Okay.
Count Learage is talking to you. He says, I recently heard about your mercantile deal. Sounds like it went well. You must be very pleased.
Would anything in the books that they read provide insight to this?
Oh, sorry, hold on. I actually did his voice wrong. I heard about your mercantile deal. Sounds like everything went well. As Count Learage coughs into his food. Would you have read anything in the books about this?
Yeah, the history books, things in the library.
You're gonna need to roll me something to figure that out. Oh, that's not the song I wanted.
Would history do it?
Yes. Let me know what you got, because I'm scrolling through music right now.
Oh boy. Shit.
What?
That one.
Yeah. Yeah, you remember in detail that Duke Clay went through and oh, we're gonna play Takahata's theme. Oh no, never mind. I forgot how much that one was. This one should do though. Yes. So, you remember in detail that Duke Clay made a business deal with a neighboring tribe of natives. And you bring this up to Learage, thinking that's what he's talking about. And Learage then tells you, that was 2 centuries ago. And you realize it must have been a different Duke Clay that you're thinking of.
Oh boy.
And Learage is now looking at you very suspiciously. Your turn.
That was my turn.
That was Learage's turn. You did that as a reaction.
Oh shit. I'll be honest, May doesn't know what to do.
Better think of something.
Would now be a good time to use the Ring of Twin Thoughts, Dylan?
If you'd like to, yeah.
If May would like to, yeah.
Yes.
How is it activated?
Let me look.
Is it a command word?
No, it's just a ring of detect thoughts. So
Okay, cool. So it just activates. Yeah.
So keep thinking. I'm hearing his
Yep.
shit. What do I say?
Yep, you guys are now linked with your thoughts. However, Bo, here's the thing. You don't know that's Alondra, so you have no reason to link with Duke Clay.
I was. So you were just making a point of it because I said something last time.
Yes.
Okay, so I did not connect to him last time, and it was
Nope.
just a. Okay,
Yep.
well then, in that case, sorry, May, I can't help you. I want to, but I'm.
No one knows that the current Duke Clay is Alondra. Literally nobody. It's the perfect disguise. Leerage is suspicious, though.
Can I make a joke, or should I wait?
You can make a joke.
What if Lyris thinks you're a vampire?
Well, then Leerage would kill him.
I'm just saying, he's like, hey, Duke Clay, mercantile, blah blah blah. That was 2 centuries ago. You know what lives 2 centuries? Vampires.
Old people.
Old people.
Elves.
Oh yeah, that's true. Is Duke Clay an elf?
He's like Crocker. He's gonna be like, nobody lives 2 centuries. Vampires!
Some elves and get their powers.
So that was my joke.
May did not think this through. Here's the thing. I don't know what to do about laundry wood. Probably.
Plant growth.
That's the hard
You
part.
can always ask the Twitch chat, May, to try and help you out. See if anyone has any suggestions. I'll allow that. Helps involve our viewers.
Hello, people of Twitch. Oh god.
Can you see the Twitch chat?
Oh, it's a joke, bra. Just a check. She says, I'm well aware it was 2 centuries ago, just making sure you were keen on your senses.
Roll
Still keen on your
deception.
senses.
Roll deception now to try and cover for your faux
And
pas.
guess what? Since I have the actor feat and she's a different person, I roll an advantage.
You do, yeah.
That's a good suggestion. Go Twitch chat.
So,
24-24.
Leerage coughs and says, "Your humor, Duke Clay, as always, is a little off." Arya.
Okay, so I'm back in the dining room and I see
Thank
Clay,
you,
and I
citizens
do.
of Twitch chat.
I see Clay, but not Alondra.
Yep.
Honestly, I'm a bit worried.
You should be.
So, I'm going to try and read Duke Clay.
Read? What do you mean? Oh, okay. Yeah. Roll deception at advantage to block out Arya's insight.
15. That.
Yeah, that's Duke Clay, all right. You can't really. He seems to be talking to Leerage right now, and seems absolutely like he always does. You're pretty certain that maybe he's trying to get. The reason he's talking to Leerage is to find a good moment to kill him. You don't need to act or anything on that information yet, but you still do not realize that it's Alondra
Yeah.
in a very, very expert disguise.
Yeah. Have you ever noticed that when it's May's characters versus mine, he always rolls really high?
Seal clubbing.
Actually, I think Alondra's lower level than us. No.
Top
Yeah.
of the round, moving back to Wedge.
Okay, Dolk. I know your name's not Twitch chat.
Wedge,
Uh,
you're up.
Let me think.
Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
And I'm gonna say to him, I don't appreciate you lying to me.
You're still trying to talk to her. All right, yeah. She.
Don,
I said
honest,
don't.
Oh, you're talking to Dawn across the way? Yeah. He, yeah, he shrugs at you and is like, it's a good way to get a feel for who you are as a man. He just openly admitted to lying.
Cool. That's Don.
So much for his moniker.
Wedge, I think you cut out there the last thing that you were saying.
Actually, is that why they call you Honest Don?
They call me Honest Don because I always lend an honest hand when it's in need.
I'm very confused, and what? My head as I sit down, I'm just like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
He can see your confusion. Says, "Alright, you want me to show you what I do? Put a coin on the table and slide it across."
Do so.
No, a servant picked it up. He takes the coin and puts it in his pocket.
Okay?
And then he turns away from you and starts talking to the woman beside him.
Ever it's a gold coin, who gives a shit?
Isrubo.
I need to pick up the crown.
No, a servant picked it up.
Okay, cool.
The
Did
servant
they put
picked it up
back in
and
his head?
returned it to Wedge, yeah. The servant picked it up, handed it to Kailana, who planted it on Wedge's head.
I'm just gonna put it on the table and leave it there so it doesn't fall off anymore.
Well, as you try to take it off your head, you pull, and it's stuck to your head now. Kailana
Ring of Twin
did-
Thoughts.
Kailana did something to the crown.
Yeah, Ring of Twin Thoughts. Good job, Kailana.
No, you know what's gonna happen?
What?
I'm gonna try to pull it off with all my might.
Alright, roll me an athletics followed by a constitution save.
Oh no.
Okay, con save. Man, you pull so hard it hurts so bad and you have to stop. Because you're pretty certain your head's gonna come off before that crown does. The table is looking at him like he's a madman. It's Rabo.
I'm gonna put my hand on his arm very gently and just be like, "Sweetie, don't worry about it."
Alright.
Is this?
So that's what I say to Wedge.
Yep.
And I'm trying to figure out who I should address now.
You do, as you kind of like look around, you do see that some servants are taking folded notes from people and delivering them to other sections of the table.
Oh, really?
Yes, it seems to be some sort of way that people far away can talk to each other.
I wish I could read those notes. What?
Noted. The person who sent me that.
Oh. Okay, now. I don't want to talk to Honest Dawn because that's going to be ground bait. Elric has already been talked to enough. Yoria doesn't deserve to talk to me. Hakherm is still squirmy, but meh. I don't really want to talk to Tantalium. I'm a little bit stuck at this point. I'm not sure where to go from here.
You can listen in on conversations too.
I think I will do that for the meantime. I will listen and try and pick up.
Richter is talking to Dondalia. Dawn is now talking to Elric. You can see your husband is using a butter knife as leverage to try and get the crown to pop off his head. Yuria has just sent a folded note, and the servant is about to walk behind your chair. Hakherm is drinking heavily, and Iaria is talking to Lady Veltaria across the table.
I am interested in getting that servant's attention.
Okay, you're going to need to roll me something.
Would it be persuasion to get their attention?
You can see that no one's really interacting with the servants, so, he's probably expecting us to go straight there.
He's expecting to go straight to who he's talking to, who he's supposed to go see?
Yeah, like he's not gonna stop, unless you stop him.
Okay, so what do I have to do to... Like, he's right behind me, though, right?
Yeah, he's, like, about to walk behind your chair.
Okay, cool. So can I just put my hand on his arm very briefly to get his attention?
You do so. Yuria also notices you do so.
And I'm gonna reach in my bag to grab a couple gold and be like, "Sweetie, could you run to the back and grab me some of that ale they got for my husband? I think I need a glass myself."
Of course.
And when I go to put the gold in his hand, is the note in his hand?
No, he uses his other hand.
Cool. It's still distracting for now, so I'll give him the gold. I can't think of how else to do anything but to distract him at the moment.
That's fine.
Ring of Twin Thoughts to Locrian, then.
Okay.
Locrian,
there's a sudden, like, invasion in your mind.
What the fuck?
Locrian, I'm sending a servant your way to get ale. He has a note. It needs to be dropped in the ale by mistake.
Can I respond?
Yes.
Yes, anything you think back, I can hear.
Okay. I think the ale has
You
gunpowder,
hear
so put
la
it
la
near
la
the
la
fire.
la 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 in his head repeatedly, Bo.
No, you hear la 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 la. I'm kidding. But as I realize that you're talking to me, I'm like, oh, the ale. The ale has gunpowder. I gotta get fire away from that ale.
That's fine, dear. Just make sure the letter ends up in the ale first.
Before or after you read it?
I don't care what's in the note. I just need it to not reach its destination.
Okay.
So
okay.
when the servant comes to get some ale, maybe they need to fall in the ale. So I'd recommend opening the bad cask.
So, Bo, the first thing that you can see is that the servant is still walking across the table as if they intend to deliver the note first.
I just paid them!
Yes.
Sweetie, you don't understand. I would like
They're past you now.
Okay, well then what was the...
They're at, like,
At least you
Iaria.
now know that there's fun.
I just wish that would have been specified first, because I wouldn't have wasted all my time doing that.
Well, I mean, it's kind of common sense that a professional isn't going to go and grab ale when they've already been paid to do something else first, you know?
Technically, you never specified she paid him, so...
She didn't, but he was asked to do this first, so he feels that he should handle things in a priority order, like of what to do. Essentially, he feels that this note is more important to get delivered with no mistakes than it is to get you another drink.
Also, it's more like I have to walk all the way in the back, and I'm here now. Might as well drop the letter here.
Yeah.
now
Alright,
Before I go
well
and
then-
get something in the back.
But however, you are twin thoughts with Locrian right now to try it, and you might be able to get him to do something. And you did make the servant pause, so the servant hasn't reached its destination. He's not as far along the table as he would have been otherwise.
Alright, then I'll think to Locrian. Never mind, looks like he's doing that first. If you can stop him in any manner, that would be great. If you can't, well, I'm gonna try and see where he goes at least.
Okay. Will do. I'll get that glass of ale, and I look at one of the servants next to me, and I tell him, "Hey, go serve me another glass."
I didn't really want a glass of ale, dear. I was just trying to distract him.
Locrian, you also pause for a moment, and you still look worriedly at all those bales of ale right by fire.
Yeah. At which point I'm gonna look at. Also, I know it's gonna be a little dark in here, but I'm gonna need you. No more fire near those ales. Those ales, stay away from fire. Do you understand? No questions asked. You got it. And then I snap my fingers and press to take all of those torches off.
Alright, that's your bonus action done, we'll call it.
Okay.
The servant is currently here. You guys need to find a way to stop him from reaching wherever he's going.
Yeah.
Locrian, you still have an action.
I'm gonna step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6.
And since it's just thoughts, she has no way of knowing. Oh, I'm not muted. My bad.
I'm actually gonna pretend to be one of the people taking notes for people.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
It does. You quickly adopt the same side of kind of position that the servants have. Are you okay? You're moving further. Okay.
I'm making my way next to.
So you
just,
ran
like,
over here.
I know. I'm like I'm just walking.
Okay.
Make myself one of the servants that are walking around.
Cool. Arya.
And,
oh, sorry, Locrian.
No, that was. How does Prowlin look?
Like she's looking for you.
Does
servant-
she see me?
Let me roll her perception.
I'm not that hard to find.
No, she actually doesn't notice you yet. However, the servant is essentially like right beside her right now. Arya, unless Locrian's doing something else.
I'm gonna cough. Oh, sorry. Excuse me.
Did you try to get her attention?
Yeah, the servant glances in your direction.
Sorry. Excuse me. But she does hear my voice.
Oh, you want her to notice you.
Notice me, senpai.
Yeah, this time she notices you because I had her roll at advantage now that you've coughed. And, for a moment, you feel a lot like a guy who has his leg caught in a bear trap. He goes, "Darling, come back to me."
Yes. I'll be there soon.
Alright, is that it?
Well, I mean, unless I can, like, move further, that's about it.
If you want to run, yeah.
No, I guess now that she called me over, I'll, like, usher.
Yep, you are standing right in that servant's way, and he's gonna have to go around you.
Sorry.
Unless you're gonna allow him through your space.
She looks at me with very direct eyes. They bolt there. Create a little more time.
Okay. Are you allowing the servant to move through your square, or not?
He can go around me.
So he has to take the long way? If he goes through your square, then you have a chance to bump into him. If he takes the long way, you don't.
I'll let him try to, like, come by, and I'll accidentally, like, if anything, just, like, nudge him.
Cool. It's not his turn yet, though. It's Arya. It's Duke Clay's.
That's so funny.
Yeah, he just tries to. He's gonna listen on see if there's any conversation Between Ian, Aileen, or Gran?
Well, Learage is still talking to you.
Oh.
Firstly, Learage says, listen. I know what happened between us was rough. But you have to understand I had no choice. And I hope that you don't hold it against me. Does that change what you want to do?
It's like a choose your own adventure, but
Locrian's measurements are worrying me.
yeah, a little bit, me too.
Fireball in the middle of the table.
I don't have those kinds of spells. What are those?
I know how to get rid of all that gunpowder.
You have grease, okay?
I don't even have that. Locrian doesn't pick the fight, alright? His spells don't deal damage. None of his spells. Except for, shattering.
This is why you should bring Lola. When
I would
Locrian
have her
can't
here,
deal
but
damage, in comes Lola with the headlock. Just start sloth tossing at people.
Yep. Ah. Ah. Ah.
I feel like this is a trap if I respond. I also feel like it's a trap if I don't respond.
It's a trap!
What did he say again?
Something,
GM.
Huh?
something,
What did he
something.
say again?
What did he say again? He said, I know that, essentially he alluded that something happened in the two of theirs past, that, Duke Clay might not have taken the best, and that, Count Learage did what he had to do.
He, just... he goes like, and that's all he does.
What do you do, sorry?
You just harumph
Oh,
at
you
him?
just harumph at him?
Yes.
Roll deception at advantage. Either way, I'm certain that your sister is in a better place now. Arya! After that cliffhanger in the conversation, Arya!
Alright. I don't know what's going on because no one has talked to me.
Nope, good old Arya.
It's nothing personal.
So, I'm going to continue gathering information. The fool seemed acting out of character earlier, so I'm going to try and read him. See if I can't find
Go
the
ahead.
second person I'm looking for.
Insight.
Natural 20. Is he the
I
one
am
I'm
going
looking
to
for?
send you something.
Oh no.
Yay. And I've not told them. No one else knows what I'm talking about, Dylan.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Out of character, of course, but yeah.
Well, no, Bo knows everything that Arya does up to the point of the disconnect. And Bo interacted with her afterwards, so Bo's the only one who should know.
Well, good thing I remember then, huh?
Yeah.
Sorry, this is going to take me a bit to type. So if anyone wants to take like a 5-minute break, feel free. Shit like that.
I'm cutting up paper into little shreds because I'm bored. Well, not really bored, but just trying to keep my hands busy. Autism.
I can understand that.
Not even cutting into sheath, I'm just cutting off little slivers into my trash can.
Save them and make a confetti cannon.
Oh, this redemption code isn't expired yet. Maybe I shouldn't cut it up.
This composition is in D harmonic minor.
Huh?
This has been a musical minute with Mitchie.
Yep.
Oh, I got
There.
it.
That is your information. All right. We are going to reconvene at 9:50. We'll take a 10-minute break. Sound good, guys?
Sweet.
Give people some time to do stuff. Yeah.
So, Dylan, how many pages did you have to rip out?
None. Because I didn't write any for this. 99. Playing 28 NPCs is big and improv-y. So, yeah.
That's interesting information.
The fool is the father of Colia's baby.
Get me, you guys. I am the fat pupper.
So I fully expected Locrian to take Prowlin away, and then plant growth her in a room too.
You didn't expect me to do it, did you?
I didn't know you had that spell. So Mitchie, I hope that gives you some idea of how useful that spell can be.
Definitely. You know what's funny is that I was gonna get that if I hadn't gotten removed curse. I was either that plant growth or what was the other third level spell that I was looking at? Bard. Clairvoyance.
Yeah, that was the third one you were asking
Yeah,
about.
I almost got clairvoyance and plant growth. But I think Bestow Curse is a pretty good one. I mean, the spell. Remove Curse.
I was about to say, is Locrian another Sloan?
A Sloan? What do you mean?
Small and cute in person, and then they get the memory wiped, and oh, suddenly they're shady as shit.
Oh no, Bestow Curse all of a sudden. No, I was, if I was like min-maxing, then Bestow Curse would probably be like the best one, but I am not that person at all. That is so not Locrian.
Is everyone having fun with this, by the way?
Are you,
Yes.
Dylan?
Yes.
I think I would be having more fun if I wasn't getting sick so much, but I am enjoying myself.
Guys, I just got free money in the mail. Go check that out.
Really?
There's free money.
I thought
Heather?
there was a bill from Duke Energy for me, and I thought it was just my power bill. And
Heather?
then no, it turns out it's them
Oh, wait.
returning my deposit.
Heather, you paid for the Bard session, so bold your name for that. Also, you didn't pick your guaranteed day yet. Make sure to bold that
Yeah, I was
too.
gonna do that after the game today.
Perfect.
Oh, you know
Normally,
what's funny?
going forwards, you haven't done it either yet, Locrian. Going forwards, don't forget you get 2 that you get to bold. Going forwards, I want people to bold their choices before the first session of the month.
I can't do that.
I mean, if you need to change yours because there's a session that you can't show up to, then that's fine as long as I get like 24-hour notice.
Okay. That was something I wanted to ask you about later. Is like if I sign up for a game and I cannot show up for any reason, is there like, do I have to give you a certain amount of notice? Is there?
Yeah, essentially you have to 2 things. You need to give notice, especially if it turns out that the session fills up in a way that people now have to pay to secure their slots.
Okay.
So, definitely notices needs to be given.
Go take a piss.
Okay. And then what if I give you notice it's not something where somebody's like filled up? What if it's like... See, the problem is usually I don't find out outside of 24 hours. If I know outside of 24 hours, I haven't signed up for the game. Usually it's a I've signed up for something and then something happens.
Then, you know, it's a mild annoyance, but as long as it doesn't break anything major, it's fine. And I'd prefer if you focused on your real, like, your work and things like that. Personal life becomes before game. So it'd be
like, I'd love to sign up for a lot of games, but I don't want to get penalized missing games.
It'd be a minor annoyance, and if it continuously happened, then I would be like, okay, you now need to, like, you can't sign up for as many sessions. You need to know before you put your name in.
See, that's what I'm trying to figure out, is because I want to sign up for some of these Monday games, but...
Yeah, so, you know, just don't be a jerk about it, is all that I ask.
You know, like, it's not a me being a jerk thing, it's a, hey, I want to sign up for these Monday games, but shit always happens on Mondays, so...
Yeah.
Is it something that if I don't sign up for Monday at the beginning of the month, I can sign up, like, within a couple days? Or...
Oh, yeah, no, totally. It's easier for me to have you sign up last second than to have you signed up, planned for the whole month, and then to have to, now, unplan.
I can manage that then. I can manage that. I can sign up last second, no problem, as long as it's not full. But, yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you. That answers that problem for me. I'm gonna try and bold stuff right now.
What I was gonna say about that all bard session, my birthday is actually on the 23rd of May, so the next day is gonna be my bard session, which is great because I wanted to spend my birthday doing D&D, and the day after my birthday it's D&D, so that works.
Perfect.
So.
Okay, I have to deafen myself for the next 3 minutes just because I'm writing something really quickly.
Well, now I know which one we're gonna bold.
Excellent. All right, is everyone back?
We never left.
Okay.
May you hear?
Oh yes, by the way, yeah, the Facebook page has been updated with session descriptions, by the way.
Oh.
Yes. So if you go on the Facebook page, check out our events, you will see descriptions of each one's. For instance, the Beth of Both Worlds special half-elf event is, will you be a symbol of harmony and unification, or is your duality strong enough to ruin worlds?
Oh my god.
The
wretch. That's what everyone was asking about.
Everyone seems really excited for the wretch. The wretch is going to be a good one. One moment, I'll actually pull up the one for the wretch, so you guys can.
Where's that going to be? In the about, in the communities, in the event?
If you go to the events and click on the event, it'll come up with the description for it. When you go down to the details, and the wretch is there's nothing more satisfying than helping someone turn their life around.
Oh my god, I want to be there for it.
Oh yes, that's something I'd want to nominate for there.
The Bard session is now hiring only the coolest and most inspiring bards to join me, the one and only savior of the universe! And as a note, this session will involve creating something over the course of the session depending on what inspires you. So, out of character, you come ready to draw, come ready to sing, or come ready to write, or anything else, something creative. But come ready to do something bard-like.
Note to self.
I don't have any instruments.
You don't need instruments. You could write a poem, a limerick, a haiku. You could draw something, but there will be a small challenge involving some out-of-character creation that is based on the session.
Done. You got my money. Just
so we're gonna have to create on the spot.
No, it's not gonna be an on-the-spot thing. It's going to be something you can work on over the course of the whole session. And if you need more time after the session too, we can hold off on the actual creations.
Man, Dylan, I feel like you set up this month to just take my money.
That is literally his job.
The only time
I feel like at this point I'm like, wow, I'm gonna spend $90 by the end of the week.
The only
end of the month.
The only time I've ever targeted someone over something that I knew that they would really love was the Jenkins story. Because I knew who Earl was gonna buy it. The only other time was the Targanon story for May, but he ended up not getting that yet.
So this was all targeted at me, is what you're saying?
No. Most
because it feels like it is.
But yeah, you guys can check out the session descriptions there. Like, knowledge isn't power is, are you prepared to fight in order to learn the truth? Last hope is got a good name to it too. Life is like a river. At times it trickles like a babbling brook, but there will always be a time when it is filled with rapids. And sometimes life itself falls into peril and must be saved. Credit
will be there.
Credit for the descriptions, too, by the way, are entirely to Tal. I gave her a vague description of what the session was going to be about and what kind of session it would be, and she came up with those little descriptions.
Makes sense.
I'm
just laughing because I took on an art commission to pay for the Bard game so that I can take a art commission. So I'm doing art so that I can do art.
You're gonna have fun with it though, Heather. I think this one you're really.
Oh, I know I will. It's just more of a I'm kind of excited, but I'm also anxious because I'm like, I really don't want to join another traveling bard group. I've already got a mind flayer on my ass.
It is not a traveling bard group.
Well, he said he's trying to put up a.
He's hiring bards. Yeah, it's the Tantalium bards and nobody else.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's not. It's you guys are gonna be following the savior of the universe and composing his legacy.
I just remember. Show me what you got.
Essentially.
I'm not saying that I'm gonna bring.
Get shifty. Yeah, you gotta get shifty.
I'm not saying that I'm gonna bring Hugo and have him eat my competition, but I'm not saying that.
Give me a moment.
I mean, my job was to get him bards.
I am going to be putting on a song in a moment. And once I do, we are back We are here.
We're getting
Yeah, right.
swifty.
Yeah. We are gonna get shifty.
$20 in my pocket.
That was a dumb question. Is anyone here not here? Is Claris here?
Yes.
May's here?
Yep.
Mitchie is obviously here. Wedge, are you still here?
No.
Okay, I was just double checking because I realized that I was like, oh yeah, we never left, and I was like, hey, you never actually checked. Fuck!
I'm hungry. Need to order food.
I have an ice cream sandwich.
Oh no, how do I stop it? Stop, go away.
Is that the Wii U theme?
Yeah, that was.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a guy doing a weird face dance to the Wii U thing. I'll post it in a moment. I gotta watch it first. Oh my god, no, I'm posting it now. Copy video URL.
All right.
There you
So back to the dinner. Who went last? Arya did, right? Yes.
So I think we're at the top of the turn
We're
order
at the
now.
top of the turn order. Well, actually, first off, it's the servant and Lokri, and he's trying to move through your space.
How important is this letter? I don't want to fuck with the dinner too much. I feel like Locrian doesn't want to fuck with the dinner too much, but at
It's
the
your
same
call.
time,
It's your call. There's no one who can help you on this or answer for you.
I'm gonna let him walk by, and I'm just gonna pay attention to where he delivers the letter.
All right. He walks. He's now directly behind Duke Clay, but has not delivered the letter yet, and seems to be preparing to turn the corner to go around the table. Meaning that means that the letter must be meant for someone on this side of the table.
Or the guard captain.
Yes. He is right now directly behind Duke Clay. Wedge!
Oh, hey, that's me.
What are you up to, my boy, my dude?
You're a good boy.
I'm sorry, say that again?
This crown is obviously cursed. I can't get it off with a knife. Trying to whip it off my head again with a ton of force. Turn, if you don't mind. Me falling out of my chair backwards, flipping a couple times, while hollering at the top of my lungs. It's cursed. I can't yell because I didn't want to disturb my neighbors, but that is what I plan to do.
Sweet.
You are allowed to rebuttal.
Sweetie, no.
This is your problem, Bo. You
I have
married
a
him.
lot of problems and we're not married yet.
So, Wedge, sum
Isn't
up. What
that-
are you doing here?
He just said.
What I'm doing.
I don't think he was listening.
Yeah, sum up, dude, because you cut out a bit for me.
Before you tell him again?
Wedge thinks the crown is cursed.
I was aware of that, yes.
This crown, he needs to get it off, and he's gonna try to pulling it. He will also, in doing so, roleplay wise, fall backwards out of his chair while yelling, "This crown has been cursed," and try to yank it off. Hell, he's gonna get his foot involved somehow. That's my plan.
All right. So, first off, you land directly on Vileburn as you tilt backwards.
I'm sorry.
Who is a halfling who failed his dex save to get out of the way. So you're crushing your ambassador as you flail around, and he does as well. And a scene is being made there, and you guys can see Lady Veltari grinning like a loon. By the way, the lamb is about to be delivered.
I don't.
Local access network is about to be delivered.
Lamb.
What?
Lamb.
Oh,
the
I heard
second
lamb.
second course is starting. So yeah, that happens. Do you want to roll me anything, Wedge, or
Strength check to try to pull this thing off.
strength check followed by a con save? So athletics and con. Sorry, not strength save. Athletics and then a con save.
Let me hear. All right, athletics. Go.
Lord. Yeah, it hurts too bad. You put a lot of, like, strength into it, though, and it just hurts too bad. You can't get it off. You stop midway. Meanwhile, in the Tantalium, 4 people, Mauna, Aberforth, Tequila, and Leanne, are holding Rinder back from storming into the White Room and demanding to be teleported. So are a bunch of other NPCs. Wedge is flailing on the ground screaming. Kailana looks like she's enjoying the show, and Vance somehow manages to trip over the flailing Wedge and Vileburn and land on top of them. Israbo.
I'm going to cross my fingers and set them at the table, just like with the 2 pointer fingers touching together, and just kind of put them in front of my lips with my eyes very gently closed for a moment. My tail is swishing behind me very agitatedly. And Bo is going to just kind of put an arm on the back, his left arm on the back of his chair, and lean ever so slightly in Wedge's direction, not even looking at him, just angling his body ever so slightly and just being like, Wedge, you're making a spectacle. It's called glue, not a curse. Get in your chair and be an adult. And that's an intimidation check, or just, that's what I'm saying to a player.
That's what you're just saying to a player, so you don't need to worry about it.
Cool. So yeah, you can react to that, I guess. Does he have to wait for his turn to react, or I just say that?
He can react now. He can react now.
Okay.
The hollering. Sorry.
What did he say?
You cut out again.
And pulling at the crown.
He's ignoring me?
My attention is focused on this one.
Mm-hmm.
This is not my fault. I'm just reacting to what in my lap.
It's absolutely your fault. And this is on your head, not on your lap. Alright, so yeah, Bo addresses Wedge. Wedge continues flailing. Bo takes his arm off the back of his chair and continues to... and turns back to the table at large and just puts his hands crossed together back in front of him and just says, So, I understand that our nations don't have the best history, King Elric. And you're interested in the current situation changing. Persuasion?
Go ahead.
Basically, I'm not exactly calling him out on coming to see the vampire, but, you know, I'm making it obvious that, hey, shit needs to change, right?
Yuria intercepts you conversationally, and clearly, as Elric is kind of stammering, says, yes, we believe that an alliance with Lord Tarragon would benefit our nation greatly.
I see. And you have an extended experience with this Lord Tarragon, do you?
I believe Ambassador Hakurm is the one who recommended the alliance, and after a period of discussion and meetings with him, yes, we all decided that our kingdom decided it was the best choice for our people. And Hakurm goes, oh, what's that?
So the concept of approaching your nation for a treaty never crossed your mind, especially with the change of leadership?
Of course not. Your people have been
Did she
oppressing
almost
ours.
say that?
Huh?
Was that a you faux pas, or did she
That was me.
almost say
That was me.
barbaric?
I didn't mean to say
Okay.
barbaric. Your people have been oppressing ours for ages, and now you have a new king who gained his crown through acts of violence and acts like a man-child on the floor. And she gestures at Wedge.
This coming from a woman who cannot understand a handshake from a grope. Madam, I don't mean to be rude, but I believe plain
I am
frank conversation.
aware. She interrupts you. I am aware of what you mean to be.
Plain, frank, and make the best of a bad situation?
Not worth my time. And she looks away from you.
Very well, I will continue my discussion with the king of your nation. And Bo turns back to King Elric.
You'll have to do that next round.
Oh yeah, sure. She snubbed me, I snubbed her. Shit
Look.
happens, cat fight.
Locrian, you are sort of seeing a cat fight beginning to brew.
She's
However, you have another cat that's you need to worry about as she stands up from her chair and gestures for you to sit down.
Miss, I couldn't possibly take your seat at the table. I'm working.
Surely you can spare a moment. Roll me a charisma save as she's actively trying to lead you into the seat.
Okay. Character sheet, charisma save, roll.
She got higher on her persuasion. You are led into that seat, and the next thing you know, she's in your lap with an arm around the side of your neck. And Iaria,
I'm just gonna stammer. So, can you feel the love tonight?
Iaria, the Veltaris, all are staring at you. The whole gossip trio. They're all staring at you, and you begin to hear them whispering about what a lack of decorum.
I just have the bottom of my face has a big forced smile. The top of my face is like, oh god, I don't know what's going on.
Locrian looks like he's been captured by a giant spider. Arya.
Still don't know what everyone else is doing, so gonna
Locrian
move
has
here.
just sat down,
Yeah.
and Prowlin is in his lap.
So yeah, I'm gonna move there, and I'm going to try to listen on as I continue to walk to the full.
He's not saying anything. He's doing it the same way you guys do with Krieger, except better.
Okay, so then insight, I guess.
Okay. On him,
Definitely.
you've already learned everything you can from your insight on him.
Okay. What direction does he seem to keep looking?
Around the room. Most notably at the entrance door, as if he was waiting for someone to walk in.
Okay, and can I see throughout the entrance door right now?
No.
Alright, then can I keep moving, or do I have to break into a sprint?
If you've moved 30, then you'd have to start running.
Well, I mean, if I don't take another action.
Yeah. If you move more than 30, you need to start running.
Then that's my turn. I'm just going to be listening for further information.
Locrian, she slowly reaches down towards in between your legs. You give you ample time to knock her hand away if you are uncomfortable with this. And she says, I think I can feel the love tonight. Do you knock her hand away?
I am like just smiling.
There's a sound akin to a squeaky toy being squeezed. Duke,
I
play!
Yes.
You have that servant directly behind your chair, and
Yeah, but I don't know what's going on with the servant, so...
no, you don't. All right, you see him deposit the note in front of Knight Commander Gran.
Interesting.
He then heads towards the kitchen, presumably to get ale. Leerage and Clay. Leerage seems to be waiting for you to say something at this point, Clay. He just alluded to the fact that your sister is in a better place, and that he regrets that he had to do what he had to do. Whenever you're ready, May.
I know.
He seems worried about the food, because now the lamb is out.
Oh, I could say something, but I don't know if that would be too much.
Meanwhile... in Locrian's chair.
Wait, are you serious? Not in the middle of the fucking whole thing.
Take her to another room. Tell her to go freshen up, and then use plant growth on the door.
The bards lock more guests away. Then come back disguised self as her. How you doing, May? She is getting very handsy, Locrian.
Locrian is partly kind of digging it, partly a little concerned with the fact that this dinner has to go planned, and he is fighting with his love for Lola and the love for this dinner to be perfect with, this is actually really nice.
Yeah,
But
you're
at the
sort
same
of...
time, you're like, oh my god, I don't know what to do.
She's definitely giving you a hand job under the table.
No, she's...
She is.
As soon as she starts going for it, I'm like, whoa, maybe in a little more private place.
All right, we'll get to what she says about that in a moment.
Oh boy.
She slipped
For now,
under the table.
for now, Duke Clay.
Is this something he can make an insight check on or something?
It could be if he wants to use his action to do that.
Fine, I'll do it inside.
Okay. You're
May, what you need to do is think that
You're pretty
marriage
lost.
is me. Then you'll do well.
What?
You need to think that it's my character you're dealing with.
So yeah, you don't pick anything up. Let's go to top of the order with Wedge.
So Israel was just insulted, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but more importantly, I told you to get in your seat.
I didn't hear that, but I did hear that you got insulted, which I'm going to use as eyes green and arrow. But I'm going to say very politely though to the person who insulted you, please do not insult Israel. It's a very, very strong phrase I just threw at them.
Roll
Something that
intimidation.
will, can definitely do that. Rolling survival.
What? Why is she rolling survival?
To survive his angry face.
She
Rolling survival.
she doesn't seem cowed by you.
Oh well, I tried.
You're on the floor.
Sit back in my chair. This cursed crown, and
Is that it?
I'm asking you, Dylan, is there ale on the table yet?
Is there what on the table? Sorry, you cut out.
On the table, beer, booze.
Oh yeah. You've been having ale brought to you. It tastes bitter with the distinct taste of gunpowder. You cut out again. Jan?
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything either.
So much.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello.
What were you saying?
I said I hate Discord so much. It's a really shitty program.
I mean, what were you saying before that? Like, what are you doing in character?
I said I want to ask Eric how he's doing. Eric, you having a good time?
Well,
Do you know how to get
do
rid of
know that I
curses?
was.
I wish I knew how to get rid of curses.
I was in the middle of a conversation with him. Would that change your?
Yes, that would.
Yeah.
Israel. There we go. How's that? I'm gonna drink ale, and I'm gonna listen to Israel. That's my plan.
All right. Isrbo.
Me. Okay. Well, the last thing I did was turn my attention to King Elric. Does he seem like he was like mortified by his wife, or does he seem like this is like a normal day in the life of his kingdom, or?
You're starting to get the feeling that he's pretty much like Wedge, where he's a little vapid and naive, and he hasn't really picked up on the subtleties of what his wife is up to.
Gotcha. Okay.
He's not the brightest, but he's very earnest about wanting to do the best for his people.
Cool, then Bo is gonna blatantly say, "Alright, King Elric, as I'm sure everyone is shocked to see us here, it should come as no surprise that the reason we are here is because we are interested in ending this war."
Oh. You intend to try and make an alliance with Lord Tarragon before we do?
Oh no, sir. I have no intention of allying with someone who has no say in what our countries do. I am much more interested in you and your country, as you are our neighbors, and we are not the previous royal line. With a new, fresh set of ideals and a new hold on, I lost my word. With a new
Vileburn puts a hand on your shoulder quickly.
Wait, what?
Vileburn puts a hand on your shoulder very quickly.
I'm going to look at him as he interrupted me, but I'm going to pause for a moment.
He
Yes.
leans, well, he doesn't lean as so much as stand on tiptoes to reach your ear. And he whispers, Cryleria is a very, very poor nation. This war is entirely because our nation has many bountiful resources and has always refused to share any with them. Their people are borderline starving at times. This war is because of centuries of us ignoring their plights and pleas.
Well, that makes it a very simple problem to solve, then, doesn't it?
No, because simply offering resources is something I've tried to do to end the war before. They have centuries of hurt and ill will towards us.
I'll see what I can do about that.
If you would like my recommendation as a diplomat,
I'm listening.
don't seek to end the war tonight, just seek to get them to rethink or abandon this alliance with an evil being. Their people are not evil, they are desperate. And Vileburn pulls back after whispering that in your ears.
Bo would nod. And he'll look at Elric and be like,
That's going to take up your whole turn.
oh, okay, well, yeah, then I'll...
Because-
Where did we end with my conversation with Elric so I can pin on that? What was the last thing he said?
You were interrupted while speaking, and the last thing that he said was he thought that you were planning on making an alliance with Lord Tarragon, and you corrected him and said no, you weren't. And it was as you started to essentially say that we are here to try and make a peace treaty with you that Vileburn stopped you before you could say that.
Right, to say, hey, try and stop this treaty, and then work on your own.
Yeah, Vileburn is very clearly, politely telling you you don't know jack shit about these people yet, and he has been your diplomat to them for a long time, and it's his recommendation that for now, you just try to focus on ending trying to get them to annul this treaty, and then maybe they can you guys can schedule peace talks at another time.
Okay.
But trying to do too much in one night, Vileburn says, is just going to wreck things.
Gotcha. Let's see what I can do.
Meanwhile, Locrian,
Oh boy.
you said that we should go somewhere more private. And
maybe later and somewhere more private.
she goes, oh, I didn't realize they had rooms set up. Why should we need to wait for later when clearly you're already ready? And there's a squeeze again.
Well, clearly you probably need some food, and I really need to make sure that this meal goes great.
Darling, I've had enough lamb. And she glances over at Learage. To last a lifetime. I'm looking for sausage now.
Oh, she was married to Lyric, right?
Yeah, and remember, he's like, his people revere sheep, and there's lamb on the table. Essentially, that was really clever. She's getting advantage on her charisma on you. And she whispered it right in your ear, too. Her red lipstick just centimeters away from your earlobe.
I don't even know if I can resist it then.
This is the point where what you are comfortable with out of character becomes what you are comfortable with in character. So if Mitchie is not comfortable with where this is going,
oh no, I'm perfectly fine.
Okay, cool. Then we can leave it. We can leave it up.
I'm loving it.
Cool. We can leave it up to the rolls then. So go ahead and try and make a charisma save. But I'm gonna warn you right now. She rolled a 19 before modifiers.
All right. Let's see. Do I have advantage or disadvantage? I don't fucking know.
You're just rolling at regular unless you're spending an inspiration. Yeah, she takes you by the hand, and you guys are heading towards the. You guys are leaving.
And,
You're stammering the whole time, like
How about
She leans in real close and is like, tonight, I'm wearing my special underwear.
You see Logan's like sweating, pulling at his neck, super red face. He's like, why did I come out from the cover? Like, if you're still reading his mind, he's like, his mind is rushing. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's just like, okay.
Bo, you're getting Bo, you are experiencing.
I get it.
You are experiencing flashbacks of Locrian's entire life before your eyes.
Got it.
Arya, they have to walk past you to get where they are currently.
I'm not gonna get in their way.
Locrian probably, as he passes, gives you a look that screams "Help me" at you, Arya.
Well, the thing is, Locrian's handled a lot tonight. I think he's got this.
Arya smiles and is like, he deserves a reward.
I mean, he solved the Mystic Guy issue. He solved the bow issue. He solved the with the fart pillow, and which led to another thing being solved. He's got this.
Look, it's time for Locrian to get a break.
I just, as I'm passing by Arya, I'm just like, make sure the night goes well, as I like hold my hand out and probably hold her hand and just like slip out of grass.
I'll say just audible enough. Both of them here. It's like, you be sure to enjoy yourself.
You hear, "Oh, don't worry, honey. Your night's gonna go very well."
He's just like, mouth agape. Okay.
What's your safe word?
Safe word?
Oh, he's a poor little vanilla bab.
Oh, and as you're passing, excuse me, dear, she says to one of the servants, would you mind preparing a room for me with my special trunk in my, my carriage? The one with the 3 padlocks on it.
She brought her toy box.
This was her goal. Currently, right now, you think out of everyone at this table, she's having the best night.
By the way, if this night goes by perfect, so is Loki.
Arya, what are you up to?
Okay, so I'm going to move. I can move up to there, and I'm listening to the conversations as I walk past them.
All right. Lyridge is continuing to wait on Clay to say something, and he says, like, he's just waiting right now. Clay.
I'm sorry. I know you have to just. Do you mind repeating what I said?
Sorry?
I know something about his sister.
Yes, essentially, Lyridge is regretful that he had to do what he had to do, and he says that Duke Clay's sister is finally in a better place.
He goes. He just kind of the humps again.
Lyridge goes, I see. We'll never be through this, will we? And he seems saddened by this. And as they begin to clear the second course away, several things begin happening all at once.
Oh no.
First off,
Silence, throw them out of the room.
Prowlin and Locrian, you guys get to the door, open it up, and see all of the foliage in there. And Prowlin goes, huh, same.
Foliage.
And as you guys are about to
Holy
leave,
fuck, Dylan.
as you guys are about to leave, the fool suddenly leaps upon the table and pulls out a small metal triangular badge, along with a what looks to be a heavy repeating crossbow. Oh, he doesn't leap onto the table. He steps away from his chair and does this. And he yells out that everyone here, in the name of Ulfring, is placed under arrest for colluding with an evil interdimensional being.
Oh, these guys.
And he calls out, my name is Agent Styx of the Cold Steel Prison. This mansion is surrounded. Place your hands flat on the table.
You're hilarious.
He seems
Okay.
very nervous about something.
Can I see if he's telling the truth or if he's doing a joke?
Looks like a pretty real badge. You don't even need to make a check on this. Wedge places hands flat on the table. So do several other of the guests, but I'm not going to go over which ones do and don't because it's not important.
Bella's just stopping and looking at him and like, you're hilarious. I'm gonna wait for you and then I'll do something if you let me.
Okay, Duke Clay.
She places her hands on the table.
Okay. Aria.
I'm not near the table.
Yeah, he's got his crossbow pointed dead at you, though, because you're not near the table. And is telling you to get down on the ground. Hands on the back of your head.
I get on my knees and keep my eyes on him.
Locrian and Prowlin, you guys are near the door. What are you doing? Are you running, Locrian?
No, I said that.
I am stunned. Oh, is Prowlin still dragging me away?
No, she's paused and seems shocked.
I'm going to turn to Prowlin and tell her, you should probably go to the other side of that door really fast.
As you say that, his finger twitches on the trigger because he's about to shoot Arya for not listening to him.
I got on the ground like you said.
And I'm gonna.
You were not face down.
If he lets, I've got my eyes on him. As soon as he lets go of that trigger, I am. Oh, damn it! He's not within range.
That's okay because hold on, guys. Because there is a sudden darkening of the room, and as it relights, someone is standing directly behind him with their hand on the fool's shoulder.
Damn. Well, there goes what I was gonna do. Never mind.
It's Lord Tarragon, except you only saw him when he was sitting down before. Somehow now, the tall, thin man appears to be at least 10 feet tall. Slender and skinny. His long fingers end in claw-like tips that you guys didn't see when you were sitting down with him before. And they are on top of Agent Styx's, chest, curving and digging into his flesh right now. And Lord Tarragon says, "Please continue your dinner, my guests. Pay this one no mind. The mansion is no longer surrounded." And his other hand was closed, but he opens it now, releasing a cascade of human teeth onto the floor. What are you guys doing?
I mean, that kind of puts a damper on everything, so...
And most of us are pacified.
Hi, how's it going?
Sweetie, no.
He glances to you, Wedge, and smiles, revealing his vampire-like teeth. It's going quite well. Please, enjoy your meal. I believe the third course should be out soon.
So full. We can't see
Does he
Fine.
mention door with the fool?
Pardon?
I'm in shock.
Israbo?
I need to see what he's doing. Is he gonna leave, or is he keeping the fool with him, or what's going on?
He,
Plus-
he's kind of lifted the fool off the ground slightly, and, Agent Styx, because that's his name, and Agent Styx is, paralyzed, it seems, as if a whole person had been cast on him.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Well, obviously I'm pausing my conversation with Elric until Tarragon leaves, and now I'm suspicious because if Tarragon was able to just pop in here real quick, that means he's probably listening to what we're saying.
Yeah.
He cares so little about this place. He probably
yeah.
doesn't.
Totally doesn't care about this party at all.
He probably doesn't. Well, you can roll an insight on this, actually. Roll me an
Well,
insight.
Yeah, I'd like
Isabel
to.
knows everything Arya does.
Yep, you can roll an insight or an arcana to try and figure out what happened, how he got here, what's going on. This is all things you can do.
All right. Arcana would tell me how. Insight would tell me why.
Insight would give his reasonings behind what he has done. Arcana would tell you how he has done what he has done.
Okay, I care more about the why than the how.
Okay.
And my insight is not good, so I'm going to use my thingamadoodle.
It is now a group check.
Damn it.
Oh,
How?
Oh,
I
yeah.
am the only one to.
Locrian rolled.
Okay.
Ah, damn it. I didn't mean to. Sorry.
Shit.
Everyone rolls.
Yeah, alright.
You guys can have an inspiration if you need to.
Can I, Dylan, can I re-roll it without inspiration? Because if it was a group check, I wouldn't have used my inspiration.
Yes.
Okay.
are you giving Bardic Inspiration, Locrian?
Yes.
Who?
Can I use that, or is it too late? Patch.
We are going to re-roll everyone's checks because this is starting to become a mess because everyone is now saying that different stuff is happening. Bards,
Ah!
who are you giving Bardic Inspiration to? Clay,
Arya.
if you... Yeah, if you were, it would...
Yeah, as I walked away from you and I said, make sure the party goes great, I probably inspired you.
I'll allow it. Bo, are you
Alright.
inspiring anybody?
Wedge.
How are you doing it?
Oh. Well, the last thing I said to him was, sweetie, no. So I'm inspiring him to make good choices.
I'll allow it. Now, is anyone spending inspiration?
I will not.
I don't got any.
Inspiration.
Okay. Make
go.
your rolls now.
Ooh. Oh.
I think that'll work. Yeah, 22.
Okay.
Oh, baby. And Wedge?
I rerolled.
And you get a.
No, you gotta re-roll. Because
And
now
you
you
get-
can use inspiration on this.
An added D8.
Yeah, so you get an additional d8. So roll a d8 as well. Cool.
Alright,
So-
that's a pass.
You guys can tell that this it might not mean he's listening in on everything, but he was prepared for this.
Okay, good.
So you do, well, I want to clarify, you are not certain if he is listening in on everything or not. But he was prepared for this.
And to be fair, I'm not terribly worried about it because it's the party's job to make sure the party goes well. Belle's job was to be a queen.
Pretty much. So,
I'm worried about it.
No offense, you guys.
Tarragon pauses and looks over you all as if to see if any of you are going to try and stop him from doing this. Arya,
I'm pacified.
are you doing anything though?
The only thing that I'm doing right now is because I want to know, because if he's actually watching us, that makes my job, what I want to do, harder. So I was intending to use my Arcana check to try and figure out if he's watching us and how.
Go ahead, roll me an Arcana. You can also use Detect Magic to gain a advantage on this.
I don't have that spell.
Okay.
I will give him my inspiration.
Okay. Go ahead, Arya.
12.
You can't figure out how he did it, but it could have been some sort of scrying targeted at someone here. It could have been something else. However, something you should, Clay, I want you to roll me an intelligence save.
Me?
Yes.
Playmate.
Shit.
Oh god, does he know you're not you?
Probably.
20.
Common sense dictates, Clay, that if he was constantly watching the room and the hallway and the mansion, he would be aware that the other one was trapped and that you were not not the real one. However,
Right.
it does not seem like he is here to fuck with you. In fact, he doesn't even glance your way once.
Oh. that's helpful.
So, common sense. Now, I'm going to point out, only May knows that, and May can't break his cover right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Locrian, if you want to roll an intelligence save, you might be able to. You would not be able to figure that out. Sorry, because you don't know that Duke Clay is an imposter. Only Alondra
No.
has access to that information, so only Alondra would know that Tarragon has missed something. The rest of you are like, shit, this guy's really on top of things.
Yeah.
Locrian, what are you doing? Prowlin is like, I think we should go to that room now.
I think that's a good idea.
All right.
Right now?
So you guys leave?
Okay.
Well,
I feel
hi,
like-
Locrian. It was nice knowing you. I'll tell Lola you said hi.
Ah! You know, that's like the worst thing you could possibly say to him right now.
Yeah, I know.
All right, Locrian, you go and you pork that lady. You pork her real good.
I have turned off the ring when that starts. When I start getting the idea that starts, Bo just kind of shakes his
The
head.
last thing you hear from Locrian is, "Oh God, where is she gonna put that?"
Okay, hold on, because now you got Bo curious.
Here.
And then you
But I
hear,
don't want
all
him to
right,
be
if you keep
distracted,
listening,
'cause I got shit to do.
if you keep listening, you hear a strangled squeaking. You go, oh, and you hear, oh, that's where that goes.
Okay, now I will deactivate. I'll just be sure to poke him about it. But before I deactivate it, in Locrian's head, you just hear Bo go. So there's a laughter, have fun, click. So you now know Bo knows.
Yep. It's okay.
There
Locrian
you
lost
go.
all his virginities today.
Mind and body.
He lost virginities he didn't even know he still had.
Oh
more,
no!
More the second part than the first part.
Tarragon looks across all his guests, and once he's reasonably certain none of you seek to oppose him, he says, continue to enjoy your dinner.
Thanks, man.
I like you, he says. And then both him and the fool explode into a cloud of bats. Except all of the fool's intestines do not come with him.
Ugh.
Every single organ he had is deposited on the ground in a wet, slumping heap.
That's gonna need to be taken care of ASAP, you guys.
Yeah. I'm assuming
Bad.
his staff was already on it.
Awful smells awful real quick.
Yeah. It is your turn, Wedge, so you can just say that out loud.
Look, I didn't want to disrupt the flow of conversations.
No
that's
worries.
why
It's your turn now, bud. Go ahead, disrupt the way.
Do you think you could have taken off this crown, Bo? Or like he looked like he knew his way around some magic.
Bo's gonna look at you and just say, sweetie, I can take it off later. It's not magic, it's glue. I put it on so it wouldn't keep falling off. I'll put it on.
That makes a ton of
Stop
sense
worrying.
now. That one also dissolves glue? Alcohol. I'm gonna pour some wine on my head.
Not this glue.
First off, Kailana whispers to you both, no, I actually did curse it.
And Bo whispers back, I could really care less. We'll figure it out later.
Alright, Wedge grabs a nearby wine goblet and is raising it towards his head.
And I very clearly said, not this glue, sweetie.
Wedge?
That's it?
What are you doing?
That's
are
what
you
I
dumping
said.
it?
You can decide to ignore me, or you can decide to respond.
Oh. Are you sure? I've had plenty of experience with glue made from horses before, and a good stout.
I never specified what kind of glue this is.
Isn't all glue the same?
No.